I've been dying to tell you anything you wanna hear, 'cause that's just who I am this week. Lying in the grass next to the mausoleum. I'm just a notch in your bedpost, but you're just a line in a song. Drop a heart, break a name. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a Veve Omi update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Also, before we get started, everyone check out Star Helix, Wendy Stibalis, and Kyle Willson on YouTube. And check out at Not Star Helix, at Hey David Don, and at EQ_crypto. I had gone on and I was supposed to do this at like 4:15, but the Wendy Stibalis had on a couple of people to talk about physical collectibles and collecting them. So I was like, okay, let me wait until they're done. I don't want to like step on any toes, and especially if Wendy's on my fridge, I definitely don't want to cut off the end of her episode and have people leave. For me, not that anyone would. I think that people would probably be a little more interested in the pairing of physical collectibles. That something I do want to talk about with somebody that specializes in retail at some point. But okay, now that a bunch of people are here, let us get to the good news. For those of you that have not, that like are living under, or maybe I don't want to say that because time goes so quickly in internet and Twitter time and all that, and it's just not fair for me and other people to expect everyone else to be like, oh, just see it. I don't think what is there maybe 500 people that has Veve's notifications on, like as soon as they tweet. Maybe more, maybe not. Content creators, I don't know. Maybe a couple of them. But they had said Voltron, legendary defender, roars onto Veve on Saturday, 11 December, 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be having specialist Ty McDonough on tomorrow, who is an absolute weeb. He's been on the podcast before. It's called the Punches and Pokemon podcast, where he is one of my sparring partners, and he is someone that is not... He's an all-around anime specialist and absolutely specialized in Voltron, so he's going to be able to tell you after that article comes out which ones are going to be the most valuable, like which ones... Because again, like they did with... just because there's a common one doesn't mean the common will be less coveted than the ultra rare. What did they do with the DC Artist Alley? They had the Wonder Woman, which is the most popular woman superhero, and they put her as the common, as opposed to Hawkgirl, who's probably one of the least popular. Again, she was in the Justice League. I feel like Hawkgirl gets disrespected so much. Amazing backstory. She's reincarnated. Like, she carries around a freaking mace. Like, sorry. So yeah, I can't wait for that to come out. Can't wait for him to come on. His knowledge is very, very good in it. So that'll be really interesting. But what not a lot of people are saying, and none of these seem animated. They are blind box form, and like the rare and ultra rare, they're not animated. Some people have been speculating, hey, it would be cool because what you do is there's like 5 different kids, and they get what's called lions in the show, and in the show it's only said that it's kind of similar to Avatar, the Blue Indian movie, where they have a little thing on their neck and they can pair with other, things. And they say that similar to the way these lions can only pair with one other being, and no other being can control them. So it's really special when all these kids, they pair with these lions, and then they form like this amazing giant, Mechazord from Power Rangers. That's what Alex meant when he said anime adjacent. It's pretty heckin' close. This was on Toonami back in the day in the 80s. They remade it again. Defender, Voltron Defender Legendary Defender came out recently. Within the last decade, and not only that, but what I think is a little more important. We've said for a while, hey, we have CBS, we have this, we have Dreamworks, and okay, well, when are we going to see any of those? Well, take a look at who owns Voltron. It's Dreamworks. Dreamworks Animations. What else is in Dreamworks? Shrek. Shrek is one of the... now, again, I don't want to pull like a Batman v Superman and, talk about the plot of the next movie before we get to the plot of this movie. So I don't want to go and talk about, what could... I will talk about that later in this video, later in the later in the. Oh, also, everyone, comment down below what questions you want me to ask on the AMA tonight. If you know, I might only get one or two, so make them good. So yeah, that opens the door. Dreamworks hops in, like, you know, after you, let's say, board all the platforms in Super Smash Brothers. Well, what happens? Oh, new character alert. It's Luigi. It's Ness. It's, you know, whoever. So it's like, oh, this is really cool. So you board the platforms with all of these different. You board the platforms with all these different characters, and then guess what? This comes on. So now we have a new player emerging. It is Dreamworks, and I just see that I can't ask about Pokemon NFTs. Let's go to the Google, because my Google foo is pretty good. What properties does Dreamworks own? And okay, let's see what we got here. Dreamworks Pictures. Also known as Dreamworks SKG, or formerly Dreamworks Studios. Let's see what the properties that they have. No, yep, subsidiaries, our history, logo, filmography. No. Oh my God, whatever. I don't know what exactly I can Google here. What part does Dreamworks animation? I know we have Shrek. I don't know what, but it is not saying what properties it has. Thai ambassador, founded, headquarters, okay, products, parent companies, yep, Dreamworks divisions. We have all Dreamworks Television, Dreamworks Press, Dreamworks Live Theatrical Production, Dreamworks News Media, History, Animation. Okay, partnerships. Nope. All right, okay, here we go. Shrek, Princess Fiona, Puss in Boots, Kitty, Softballs, the Kung Fu Panda franchise, Poe the Panda, Tigers the Tigers, Madagascar franchise, Alex the Lion, Glory the Hippo, King Julian, the Ringtail Lemur, Mort the Goodman Lemur, the Penguins, Skipper, Kowalski, Rico, Private, How to Train Your Dragon franchise. Oh, How to Train Your Dragon, Toothless, Meatlug, Stoik, Vodka, Gobber, and other Dreamworks characters. Dreamworks Experience was announced for the Royal Caribbean cruises, including Freedom. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Gaylord Hotels. That's a really weird name to name your hotels, but whatever. City of Dreams in Manila. They have a water park. So the big things to take away is Shrek, you know, Puss in Boots, and then you have the How to Train Your Dragon and Kung Fu Panda. Those are, you know, anything with Jack Black and Mike Myers, very, very big. The other things that I did want to mention outside of that is I have a couple of screenshots here. What other brands do we have? A lot of people were talking about Recur. A lot of people messaged me the past 24 hours about Recur. Hey, should I get the pass? Hey, they have Nickelodeon. If you take a look at their, I think it's their Care Bear or their Hello Kitty NFTs, it looks nice. You know, it looks like they're JPEGs. They're pictures. Like they are. It's similar to the 2D artwork that we have, but that's it. Here's why I mentioned CBS before. Hang on, I got a super chat. I gotta get to that super chat before I get to the CBS partnerships. And that super chat is from Zach R saying, "Effing love you. I spent days of my life watching your Truman Show." Thank you so much. That means the world. When I have so Andre Jick gave me an idea, and he says like, "Hey, I'm gonna have a, you know, a thing." He says, "I'm gonna have a utility for some of these NFTs. Like, if you have this certain NFT, you can come spend the day at Christmas at my house." I was like, "Okay, that seems interesting." I don't think it'll be this Christmas. I think it'll be next one. But I want to do that as well. Like, all the things that I already said I would give, I will give. Like the 10-cent party for Omi. I'll put that on. You know, the 30-cent Florida thing where we go and get Omi tattoos. I'll pay for everyone's Omi tattoos. But I do want to make like something similar to that. Like, hey, anyone that has this, let's go here. Now, I think a lot of it will be virtual. Like, hey, anyone that has and again, I'm just making this up. This won't be a thing. But anyone that has, you know, 3 Tropicanas right now, go and let's go meet up and ride our ponies somewhere. You know, or anyone that has a Mermicornos Unicornos, let's ride. Let's all go race together. So something like that. But I do want one of those to be special. I don't know which ones. I'll let y'all know. But yeah, thank you, thank you, Sagar. That means a lot. And I saw you on the Women X Veve or the Wendy Stibalis' channel, the Voices of Veve thing. People want Brendan Z unmasked. They want to see him on camera. Apparently, he's a redhead. So if Wendy hasn't asked you, Brendan Z, come on this one. If she has asked you, by all means, go on hers first. But yeah, come on this one at some point. So when I was saying other partnerships that we should be excited about, that again, everyone's talking about Voltron, which is great. I cannot wait for that podcast tomorrow. So I have a podcast tonight talking about unicorn NFTs. It's the guy that co-founded it. It's great. Tomorrow I do have two. I do have Lewis Morgan, co-founder of Gymshark. He's going to be coming on the podcast. Can't wait for that. That should be at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I should have Ty McDonough, who will come on and talk about Voltron. That Medium article should be out by then for which ones I have, which ones he thinks people are going to go for, and all that. But yeah, Dreamworks is a big property, and then we already have partnerships with a bunch of other things. How did we get like Star Trek that has CBS? We have partners with CBS, and they have Big Bang Theory, and they have a lot of Star Trek stuff. What else does CBS have? Oh, hey, wait a minute. Okay, why is that important? Be like, but Chavez, I thought, doesn't Gary Vee have like Riptar, and he have like Ariel Monsters? They were on Nickelodeon. Absolutely correct. Well, how did we get these NFTs when I think Quid or Terra Virtual, one I think it was Quid, they have some Marvel NFTs with their stickers, but yeah, like how did we get that if they have that? Well, I think it's just my opinion. If you're Recur, right, and you're trying to get the any license that you want, and they're already gotten mostly by Veve, well, you can't get 3D digital collectibles because Veve has them. You can't get the premium digital collectibles, but you might be able to still get the license and make other things. And if you're Gary Vee and you say like, okay, well, the prices of these Bored Ape Yacht Clubs and the prices of these CryptoPunks, they're all JPEGs, right? And the prices of these Veve NFTs, they're 3D digital collectibles, and they're not JPEGs. And the price of these three, maybe people don't want the again. If you're Gary Vee, you're thinking maybe people don't want these premium digital collectibles. Maybe it's too like any one thing of them, and maybe he convinced the Winklevi twins to be able to say like, no, people want these because look at these JPEG arts that people are paying hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars for, and then look at these where like not any one of them is $100,000. Maybe that Bond ticket, that's because there's 7 of them. So he might say, oh, you know what, you're right. Let's partner together. And Foster Hilt came up with a really good question before us, and if Gary Vee wasn't involved with Recur, would you really care? I mean, the only reason I care because of the licenses, because I want them to be good. But if they're all JPEGs, I do not care. I just don't. Moving on. We got Jordan Mears saying, "One Crunchwrap Supreme. Do you think we're finally going to get a date on migration today?" So similar when you're a bowler, when you go and bowl, strike pins. There are some people that say like, all right, I'm gonna go. My mark is like the 11th board, and I get there, around the arrow, around the second arrow, and that's where I place the ball, and then I'll get a strike. But some people don't do that. Some people do areas. Instead of getting it really perfect, well, I can get a little high. Maybe I'll get leave a 4-pin, or maybe it'll carry. Or I could miss to the right, and I could get a little light, and maybe I'll still get the 10-pin, or maybe I'll get the tip. I think that they won't give us an exact date. I think they will give us an area. I think they'll go and they'll say, hey, it's not going to be, let's say, like, January 3rd. It's going to be between, like, January 2nd and January 7th, or something like that, or December. Again, I said this last night, and I'll say it again because it's like double the amount of people here, is that 3 weeks ago, when they had the last AMA, they had that without Reese. Reese was not present in that AMA. And they did not do one last week. And they said that the reason for that was, oh, well, Reese isn't going to be here, so we're not going to do it. Okay, well, they couldn't come up with a better excuse for that? Like, I get it. Stuff was going on between, Foster and Andre Jick, and, they were announcing something that wasn't a Comey official, like, whatever. And maybe they didn't want to, they didn't want to answer a bunch of questions about that. And maybe they didn't want to say that, but I think in my conspiracy mind that, like, okay, well, they've already done one without Reese. They could have done another one without Reese. I think it's because Immutable X was not right. I think for the most part, and again, this is my conspiracy mind here. They did not have one last week because they're like Viceroy Gunray, talking to his, right-hand ward there and saying like, oh, we're not going to report this to the Dark Lords. Like, no need to report that to them until there is something to report. No need to report to the fans, to the peeps, unless there's something to report. And maybe they just didn't have anything last week. But David Yu has been hyping up the Fusion Ha of the Immutable X and also the Grinch as well. And Akomi Reese. Okay. Reese, who is famous for saying, hey, I'm never going to put a date out for anything again because when it inevitably gets delayed, everyone's just angry at Reese. And I feel him 100% on that. But Akomi, well, I imagine whoever runs that account is going to be talking to the team. It's going to be talking to Trevor. It's going to be talking to Reese. It's going to be talking to David and Dan. And they post XO. Like, is it a tic-tac-toe game? I don't think so. I think it's going to be... I think that means, hey, Immutable X. They're making an X with the X's. And we got a $1.99 super chat from Wes saying, Tesla, Roadster, or Lambo? Tesla Roadster. Tesla Roadster, 100%. Tesla is the best bang for your buck. And you will not... For a car, for a vehicle, that is the best bang for your buck. And if you get full self-driving, you literally don't have to drive the car. You will probably at some point not have to drive. Wraithax said, virtual high five. Popping in and say, you rock, keep up the faith. All right, thank you, Wraithax. And I'll super chat, virtual high five. My man's. So, so yeah, we have, I forget where I was going. Oh yeah, so Akomi official Twitter is not going to put that, hey, Immutable X, if you know, you know. Phase 2 continues. That means, I think, however many parts of Phase 2 there are, they're moving along swimmingly. They're moving along quite as well. And I think it would be wild. Again, what happened yesterday? Yesterday they announced that today, as of 3 hours, 50 minutes ago, Immutable X is on Coinbase Pro. What other Immutable X properties might be on Coinbase in the future? Where Coinbase has how many millions of people waiting to buy NFTs? Rhetorical question! So, sorry, my throat. I can't. Yeah, I think that there's... And I realize I've gone on 17 minutes without getting to any comments. So I'll get to comments. But yeah, CBS owns Nickelodeon. And I think that we have the Nickelodeon thing. And the reason why Recur has these JPEGs and pictures and not 3D digital collectibles is because they can't have the 3D digital collectibles because we have them. And again, I could be wrong on this. I could be wildly off. But I don't believe so. I think that, again, you see what Veve is doing. You see how much money they're bringing in, how much people they're bringing in with no advertising. Like, to tell Gary Vee, no, we don't need you? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's great. That's like one of the biggest flexes ever. And that's why I think that we have that. Because again, they could, Nickelodeon go and put out the licenses to 50 other companies. They just can't be the same licenses as the originals, like the ones that most likely we have, or the ones that Gary Vee has. Again, Pokemon hands out their license every now and then, and it's got to be different games. It's got to be different ways. Disney, same thing. It's not the same thing each time. So I'm gonna get to comments here. I know I've been going on for 18 minutes without them. Oh God, there's so many. Giovanni Day says first. Wes says, imagine they start doing NFTs of celebrities. Dan Bilzerian, Paris Hilton, the Kardashians. Imagine how many new users would come to Veve. Especially 3D digital collectibles. I mentioned before that Elsa is a thirst trap. And Trevor says, like, hey, wait a minute. Disney gave us that model. Like, that is all Disney. That has nothing to do with us. And I was like, all right, fair point. So if they're watching, I'm sorry, guys. I just call it as how I sees it. Also, what I'm also going to do while I'm here and while there's 160-something people on, I'm going to go to my video and... Okay, I guess my video's not here. I'm going to give it a like, so I'm going to go to the Twitter, and I'm going to go to my profile. I feel like my Twitter is going to give me more followers than my YouTube at some point, but anyway, I'm going to give myself a like, so I hope everybody does that as well. All right, moving on here. Yeah, that'd be insane if they go and they get celebrity NFTs. Again, Paris Hilton, I don't know. Oh, Dan Bilzerian, I feel like I've heard of. I feel like people compared me to him. Is he that Spanish dude with a lot of women on his arm always? Not that I have that at all. Card. So the Kardashians would be fun for a couple of reasons. One, yeah, you're gonna get the Gucci gang, Gucci, go and collect it. I don't know if oh God, what's her name? The woman of the year, Caitlyn Jenner. I would. The amount of hilarious things that you're probably going to be able to do in the Veverse, like picture it being like The Sims. People do god awful things to themselves or to their Sims, and it's like there was actually even a meme. There was a Reddit thread that says like, "What's the worst thing you've ever done to your Sims?" And comment deleted, comment deleted, comment deleted, and then all you see is a picture of Paul Rudd like, "What happened here?" So you think that people aren't going to do that in the view? You think that people aren't going to get 10 Kim Kardashians, set them up like bowling pins, and then have like, bomb arms from Mario just like explode on them? You think that is not going to happen? You think that if they have like a Pete Weber bowling ball, they're just going to knock them down? That would be amazing. I would do that all day. I would pay such good money for that. Excuse me, I'm getting a little hysterical. I'm going to calm down a little bit. But yeah, that'd be great. Oh my God, could you imagine if they? Oh my God, again, we probably wouldn't be able to do this, but I've made this joke before in the Veveverse, like, oh, you're probably gonna have to have people that really don't like each other, on one side, like if they have, 50 Cent land over here, have Ja Rule land over there. If they have Millie Bobby Brown land over there, they have to have Drake land all the way over there because, if they have, oh my God, please let all the people be 18 plus, because that is, oh God, the ridiculous things that people would do with that is hysterical. Giovanni Day says Dreamworks Animations LLC is a subsidiary of Universal Pictures, which is a division of NBC Universal, which is a division of Comcast. Comcast confirmed? LOL, I think so. I think so as well. Giovanni Day says, bro, Okomi just tweeted a mutable hint. That was at 3:50, right? Yes, I remember. I just brought that up, so I'm hoping that again, I have all these notifications scheduled, and I'm so pumped for it. All right, moving on here. Ethan Youngberg says, okay, but Netflix is the one with the rights to Voltron, so... Well, they have the animation rights, like they have the rights to make the thing, but they don't have rights to make NFTs. I think the rights to make NFTs, again, I don't think Netflix has that. I don't think that I'm not 100% sure they know what NFTs are. If they do, again, that's a major company. The amount of red tape that goes through that company to get an idea off the ground now is ridiculous. It's not like 20 years ago where if you were a writer, you could go into Netflix and you could have like anything that you want. Anything that you want, you could get because like they needed so much content. Now, and again, I made this comparison yesterday. Somebody was nice enough to send it to me. I don't know if tell me I didn't screenshot it. I'm going to lose my mind. Okay, here it is. What took Netflix 3 years to do, getting 1.4 million followers, we pretty much did in 1 year. Again, what took Netflix 3 years, from 2001 through 2003, took us about 1 year. Because, again, we might not reach 1.4 million, or we might, I don't know. And the next 3 years after that goes to 6.6 million. I tell you, I guarantee we have 10 million people on this next year. 10 million people, like we're going to 10x from here by this time. Maybe even before this time next year, because again, they haven't done any marketing with this, which is ridiculous. So moving on. Ethan Young versus, yep. So they have Netflix has the rights to to like the show, the animated series, but we have the rest of the NFTs. Giovanni does either way huge. Aldous Havley says Giovanni Day for the win, 1,000 points for first place. Stoked about Voltron. Russ Gold says Randy Dashy, explain please. So much expectation about the next license, when we've only scraped the surface of Star Wars, Disney, Marvel characters. Why can't they pump them out first? I do think that there is a legal reason for that. And again, I don't know, but I feel like, hey, if you don't get out our stuff in X amount of time, then we have the rights to take them somewhere else that will. So I do think they want to get everything out. Again, now that they've exercised that right to make NFTs of The Simpsons and Elsa and Walt Disney and Star Wars, then they probably have a couple years where they don't have to make any more. Again, I'm sure that they will. But I also think that they really need, and not that they need to right now, because I don't have that much money left, or any money left. I finally got that payout from eBay today, but I won't get it until probably Friday. Well, no, probably Saturday, because today's, maybe even Monday if they don't do that on banking weekends. Anyway, at some point next year, you'll see, I think 8 drops a week. A couple of people are saying more than that. Dan Chabel, I think he had said we're going to have, like, he thinks that we're going to have, like, 10 plus. I think 8 a week, similar to, like, okay, we'll have 1 for each day, and then let's say on, like, Sunday we'll get 2, or something like that. But there are a couple people, again, Dan Chabel, and I even think that Jeremy Padua had mentioned that we might get a lot more than that each week. Like, picture the madness of DesignerCon. Again, DesignerCon was with like 100-something thousand people trying to go for things. They, you just, when suddenly you have millions, again, let's say 100,000 people trying to go for everything, at DesignerCon, that was 1/10 of what we have. I'm not saying we'll continue to always have 1/10 of what we have, but we have 10 million people. Even if we have 5% instead of 1/10, okay, well, that's 500,000 people going for a bunch of stuff, and that's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of money moving through. Russ Cole says, also, who decides on numbers of mints? Do you know? Thinking more about comics and physical versus digital valuations against real world. Cheers, bro. Cheers, Russ. I don't know. I think that might be the company. That might be the company that decides that. It might not Akomi. It might be the licensor that decides it. Because again, like, well, who has the ones that have like 100,000 of them? Well, you got Spider-Man. You got in the Marvel Mighties that have a lot of those. DC, you don't have that yet. With the comics, maybe to see how well they're doing, and like, oh, okay, well, you know what? I think for the could you imagine when DC comics get out? Now, I like Marvel, the movies, a lot more, but the DC comics, they're older and they go for a lot more money. So, gone are the days where you're able to go and pick. After the first Marvel comics were released, you could buy them for like $5. Now they're hundreds of dollars. Like, it's ridiculous. Yeah, it was nuts. We're not getting that opportunity again. We fudged up. Like, am I Phil from Hangover talking to Doug's wife? Yeah, we fudged up. like we did not capitalize when we could have. Arya Realty Investments saying Randy is the man. Why, thank you, Arya. Are the reason that I get so much Omi. Thewa Butler says, Randy. Hello, Thewa. How's it going? General H says, let's go. Thewa Butler says, hi, Arya. Kolja H. Punked gives me that heart. Brandon Z says, yo. Kolja H. Punked, give me that exclamation point. Lord of the Realm says, how's it going, Randy and Dashy? Voltron got me hyped. Summer and name. Oh, some random name. 18 says, hi. Meow, meow. What's up, some random name? Brandon Z says, Dreamworks equals Kung Fu Panda and more. You are correct. MLB says, good to be here. Demo M says, let's go Voltron. And Real Talk saying Voltron. Wave Select, give me those O's. Danny says, Ariana Grande NFT. That'd be legit. What I would love about that is if it was really detailed and her arms were out like this, because she has an Eevee tattoo on herself. So I would really love that. Pokemon convert. Like, if they have that. All right, so I guarantee you that if they do an Ariana Grande like NFT, let's say like later this year, like I don't think they will, but let's say they do, and they keep it accurate and they have the Eevee, people are gonna be like, oh my god, they put an Easter egg for Eevee, Pokemon confirmed. like that'd be hysterical. That'd be hysterical. Decals by Koys, you go Randy, the man. Legacy Bermuda says, hey fam, Christmas tree will go crazy in this year. Dude, if I had like kids, I'd be like, all right, you're all getting NFTs. Like I don't know what to tell you. The Gorotron says Shrek, Madagascar, Kung Fu Panda, the Dreamworks. Teamwork make the dream work. Oh, Anthony R says Jeremy Padua tweet. Was it? Did I miss it? Oh, he said like you're king. Actually, that yeah, I will go and look at that. It wasn't his tweet. It was like a reply, and the reply was. Oh yeah. After Akomi says, "If you know, you know," Phase 2 continues. And if anybody would be in the know, you'd think it would probably be one of their unofficial official advisors, Jeremy Pador, and saying, you dropped this, giving him the crown as if he's the king, a Comey, king of NFTs. He is just a beautiful man. If you're watching this, Uncle Jay, beautiful man. I don't think he'll be in the AMA. Somebody said Jeremy is literally a godlike man. I hope you get that 100x reward. He's great. Moving on. Lord of the Realms says Dreamworks equals Shrek. Shrek is love. Shrek is life. If y'all are above 18 and y'all want to experience one of the finest media productions ever, and you don't mind being grossed out a little bit, YouTube Shrek is love. Shrek is life. It is amazing. Veve Las Vegas says, hey fam. What's up, Veve Las Vegas? Aldous Havley says Toothless. Oh, Toothless would be such... Oh my god, that would be such a great NFT. You know what I would also want, which I don't think anyone's ever brought up before? Personalized license plates for my Ecto 1s, for my DeLoreans, for the Citrons, so for everything else all the cars that we have. Like, I would want bumper stickers. Maybe that will be those high mint items. I would love to put bumper stickers and personalized license plates on those vehicles when I'm in the Veveverse. I think that'd be badass. It'd be awesome. If you ever watched, what is it? Con Air. Con Air, the guy, the chunky guy that's like all Mr. Cop guy, he has a license plate called AZZKicker, AZZKCKER or something like that. I would want something like that. That would be pretty fun. It would just be like, meow. My friend Heather had a bumper sticker that says my other car is a purpley dragon. I was like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, How to Train Your Dragon is amazing. Is that Wave Select? Wave Select says, I want Voltron. I think we all want Voltron. Planet Vampire says, we have WB. Hopefully we get some Matrix stuff soon, too. Speaking of WB, and speaking of Jeremy Pador, oh, God, all right. What he did do 2 hours ago, he said, I'm very happy to see first edition, first print books get their due, and I feel justified in setting the modern record last year. I didn't purchase the best hardbook first edition, first print of Harry Potter just because I love the brand. I also believe in a 100x return in 20 years. And Jeremy Pador got it for $471,000. And there's a picture of him holding it with some gloves. Ha ha ha, my man. And he's saying, just in Toy Mogul, Jeremy.com pays $193,000. Oh, all right. Why did it say 193 and one says 471? Oh, okay. I know why. He paid $193,000, and then one just recently sold for $471,000. Pretty nice investment. That is very, very good. If you don't think that Jeremy Pador doesn't have hundreds of million, if not billions, of tokens, he's gonna. If he's not already a multi-billionaire, he will probably be a decabillionaire well before the end of this decade. Decabillionaire is a lot. I can't wait to see him on the cover of a book, of a magazine, like New Decas. My God. Yeah. Oh, hopefully I'll be one day with him on those types of things. I think that'd be pretty cool. And if not, oh well. Life goes on. All right. Time for my 30-minute Patreon member shout-out. We're going down, down, in an early round. Sugar, we're going down swinging. I'll be your number one with a bullet. A loaded God complex, cock it and pull it. Going down, down, in an early round. Sugar, we're going down swinging. I'll be your number one with a bullet. A loaded God complex, cock it and pull it. Wubba Wubba says, I'm surprised they don't have the one with sword as common. We'll probably find out tomorrow in why they don't have one as the common in the Medium article when that drops tomorrow, probably afternoon. Hopefully before I do that podcast with Ty. I hope it drops during my podcast with Lewis Morgan. I'd be like, oh, hey, did you just see this? I think that'd be pretty fun. I hope I don't embarrass myself tomorrow. Hiccups. So we also have, well, you said WB, and the reason I brought up Jeremy Padover for that, well, what happens with WB? Oh my God. I, I go to try to search for something, and I can't because I get so many messages, and I just, Harry Potter. Well, WB, Harry Potter. God, I would. Not only do you have the amazing characters, but you have like the inanimate objects as well. You have Lucius Malfoy's wand. You have Lucius Malfoy's cane. You have Lucius Malfoy's wand that comes out of the cane. You have such amazing things like the firebolts, the Nimbus 2000s, 2001s, 2003s, whatever. You have such amazing brooms there. Just the inanimate objects, the chocolate frogs, the every flavor beans. There is so much that you can do with that series. The professors as well, but not just the kids. The professors, like the house flags, the like. I would want a secret rare Luna that has the the Gryffindor, like the lion head when she's at the Quidditch game. That was adorable. That was so cute. Yeah, Squid Cat says, I still work most days. Hard to read everything during the day. I come here for updates. Thanks, Randy. No problem, guys. John Robert Yellen says, hey, Randy, there's a scandal in the UK where the government had a big party during lockdown. So someone arranged a rave at number 10. And so far, over 1 million people are going. John Robert Yellen, send me that link on Twitter. Mark it as important. So people have been messaging the Prime Minister if they should bring the Coke or he's going to supply it. Honestly, dude, I'm so, like, I love my English brethren over there that just do the craziest stuff like that. Just like, heck the system, heck it all. Because I hate government I hate government in general, but when they say like, oh yes, here are the rules that all you can do, and you can't do. No, you can't do this. We can do whatever we want. Governor of New York, do whatever he wants as, for the wedding of his daughter or whatever. Obama can have a party, when nobody has masks, nobody's social distancing. I'm sure Republicans do that same thing. And which, again, if you're vaccinated, like every adult right now has gotten the chance to get a jab. Like, just live your life, people. So when government goes on and they say, hey, here's rules for you guys, but we're not going to go and do it, that pisses me off to no end. Part of me wants to go and run for Congress just to, like, again, Justin Amash and Thomas Massey have done really good jobs at exposing all of that BS. Be like, hey, this is what they're doing. This is the waste that we're doing. And I think, oh God, what was her name? She was Tulsi Gabbard. She's done that as well. I love her. So see, I love both sides, not just one or the other. But good for you guys. Good for you. Let's see if we can try to go. Maxwell Cook says, reminds me of my Megazord I'm getting mailed next year from the first Power Rangers NFT. That's true. Maxwell Cook messaged me about, I think there was less than like 2,000 made, right, Maxwell? About that Megazord from Power Rangers. David Perez says, first Dreamworks drop? I didn't know Veve had Dreamworks. We do. We do. So that was the other thing. Well, I had mentioned that before, but like, about space. And, let's say like people that don't have a lot of money definitely don't have a big house. But even if you have, let's say like, 8 figures in the bank, you have 10 million in the bank and you have a nice house. Well, do you want to save like 2 rooms for your collectibles? Again, the collectibles are they're like Funko Pops. They're, they take up a decent amount of space. If you're a rich person how much space do you want to dedicate to that? Like, again, the people here that have thousands of collectibles, that would take up a whole room. That would take up a whole room. You're gonna pay extra how many tens of thousands, $100,000 each year for that extra room just for your collectibles? Why not just do it on your phone? Like, this is beautiful. This is like, oh my God. Yeah, this is insane. This is just bananas. What we're doing here. I recognize that I am way behind on comments, and I'm probably not going to get these before the end of before the AMA starts, but I'm going to try. Now, Robbie else says, I'm behind. Sent to your Facebook. Read the posts. Is it my... Oh, okay. All right, let's take a look-see. Christmas Rave, 10 Downing Street. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know. I don't think there's no comments here. Do I have to join? Well, I'm gonna join. I'm interested. I am interested in this. No, I'm not gonna add to my calendar. But I am interested in this. I am very, very interested in the Christmas rave at 10 Downing Street. Um, I will copy the link though. Is there a discussion about it? I'll get to this probably at another point. I'll bring it up with Lewis Morgan tomorrow. But I do have to get back to the rest of the comments. Where am I? Here. Oh yes, here we are. David Perez says first Dreamworks. Yep, Dreamworks. Hey, Theo Butler says, hey Zach. Oi Zach, ask about Pokemon NFTs. I can't. Javier Oliveria says Kung Fu Panda is on Dreamworks also. Yes, it is. Alan A says LOL. Ahmed Najat says, or I'm sorry, Ahmedi Najat says, little late. Can you do a quick catch up? Well, that was about 30 minutes ago. What? No. It was fine. It was fine. You were only a couple minutes late. Lord of the Realm says, if you know, you know. Yes. That's what Akomi had tweeted. Theo Butler says, didn't miss much. Ahmedi. Maxwell Cook says he just started. Javier Oliveria says, how to train your dragon Kung Fu Panda. Oh, so IYKYK, so India Yankee Kilo Yankee Kilo is if you know, you know. Legacy Bermuda says, is it possible that we will get some gift for Christmas from E2 and Veve? Like great and huge announcements or discounts? Well, E2 already is giving us a lot of essence, like free just for the original players of the game. So they already gave that a lot. I don't know if they would go and do more. Because if they go and do more than that, then that's I feel like that's a little much. I don't know if I really want or need that much. But I mean, if they give us an exchange by Christmas, that is more than enough Christmas present. I don't care if I don't get the next 10 drops after that. As if we have an exchange by Xmas, I would I'd be bananas. Danny says Donkey from Shrek. Oh God, Eddie Murphy's so good. I love him. I love him so much. Tylos is Dr. Seuss. Yes, I think Dr. Seuss can be something as well. Super Duper Hank says, if you know, you know. Axel Cook says, Lugadoo, if you know, you know. Kung Fu Panda says Justin B. Oh, he's Senior Lead Jab. Hey, how's it going? Axel Cook says, How to Train Your Dragon is already on our confirmed list of coming to Veve. That's true. I forgot about that. Lord of the Realm says, I would love some Penguins of Madagascar collectibles. I would love penguins too. My Earth 2 peeps know why. Lugado says, Maxwell Cook, thanks. Zach R says, effing love you. I spent days of my life watching your Truman Show. Thank you so much, Zach R. Sometimes I feel... Be advised, guys, I'm pretty content everywhere. Like, I'm pretty happy. As long as I got internet connection, I got some Pokemon that I can play, and, I can talk to you guys. Like, I don't really need much. Like, I don't. Like, I go to the gym, and I get food, and I come here. And I just chill, and I sit with you guys. This is the life, man. This is just... And this is before AR. This is before we can go, like, frolic and play in the... and wherever we go. Like, you ever see that meme where this one guy says, why ain't nobody tell me about frolicking? Why ain't I never done this before? And I'll show you the meme, because I think it warrants it. Frolic meme? Maybe that's not the best. Oh, yeah, it's this guy. I frolic for the first time ever today. Bruh, y'all ever frolic before? And it's just this dude that's just frolicking in the... He's so happy. Look at how happy he is. I can't wait to do that with people. I can't wait to recreate that Timmy Turner thing where, like, the aliens come down and he frolics through the flowers and they're like, why didn't he burst into flames? Ah, he's invincible. It's such a good time with that show. It's fantastic. We've got Squid Cat saying, AMA, question. Have we inked a gaming partnership? When would that be announced? Is it Nintendo? I could ask if we have inked a gaming partnership, not announcing who they are or what it was or what it could be. But yeah, I could. All right, I'm gonna have to take pictures of some of these. Yeah. Oh, ooh, excuse me. Which ledger do you have? Nada anymore. Getsy says, "Yo, Randy, what's up, Getsy? It's been a while." Javier Olivaria says, "Reese said that on Christmas they will have some surprises. Any ideas?" Um, Probably Grinch. I think Grinch is something that is probably okay to do, to get. I'm trying to think of other Christmas, Lorax, Cat in the Hat, other Christmas things. I don't know. Die Hard would be amazing. They got Die Hard, I'd be like, that I would just, oh god, I would love that. Oh god, it is a Christmas movie. You heard it here first. You probably heard it in a bunch of other places too. But Maxwell Cooks, that's good. Cat. Does Monster Hunter count? We have that. That's true. That's true. We do have Monster Hunter. So I will not be asking that one, Squid Cat, because we do have Monster Hunter. Fun Under the Sun says SpongeBob. SpongeBob. I actually had a on my Facebook memories. I have a oh, that was when I was in the gym before. Abs, sweet mate. I am a combination of Squidward from SpongeBob and Michelle Girard from Gilmore Girls. SpongeBob, come on, Squidward. What would be better than serving up smiles? And Squidward's like, being dead or anything else. Like, how great is that line? How great is that writing? Being dead or anything else. Or Lorelai, who says, guess who just bit into my nose? And Michelle says, who? And she says, Jack Frost. And she's like, guess who just whispered into my ear? Who? Jack, I don't care. Like, how, like, I love that. I'm not a Scrooge or anything. Like, I don't like the cold. I hated going out and picking up a Christmas tree. Why? I hated decorating the Christmas tree. I hated Christmas music. I hated all that boring stuff. I just wanted to play video games. I just wanted to, like, spend time with my friends. How to do that? One, it was freezing out, and I'm from Peru. I don't know if the people that adopted me really put that together, that I'm pretty warm-blooded, and I dislike the cold. Okay, I'm sorry. Just venting that out there. Moving on. Arjanal Janal says, Voltron is huge. My favorite cartoon as an 80s baby. If you don't know, now you know. Akomi is torching the game. I can't even express how pumped I am about this. Arjanal, we are right there with you. Larry C says, the bots will win Saturday. I don't think so. I am optimistic. Maxwell Cook says, they are hyping up this AMA. I know. I feel like they almost dread that. Like, oh, gotta answer the same questions again. But now they're like, yeah, they're going hard. Larry C says, they will take all the fun out of Veve drops. Have they? No, they have not yet. And the bot problem is getting less and less and less. So no, I don't think of that at all. Aldous Havley says, up the love, smash that like button. Well, thank you, Aldous. Larry C says, what is AMA? AMA is Ask Me Anything, so y'all can ask me anything here, and I will go and try to relay those questions on the Veve's AMA that they are doing. They're doing that AMA pretty soon. All right, moving on, y'all. Father Son, when is the AMA? It's in 45 minutes. Am I going to be able to be done by then with this? I don't know. I will try. I might just stream the AMA here. I might just, put it on my phone. I'll let y'all know. So it's on Twitter, and just follow Veve on Twitter, and I'll be there in about 45 minutes. Todd says, ask me anything. Maxwell says, bots or 100,000 people. The one picture makes people go crazy. Bots are in everything on the internet. Veve pays a lot of money for bot protection. Good point. D1 says AMA is now in 15 minutes. And Wes with that $1.99 super chat saying Tesla Roadster or Lambo. Most cars are notorious for losing money as soon as you drive them off the lot, losing value. Teslas are notorious for holding their value and sometimes increasing because of what full self-driving does. So I would get the Tesla. Any car that I could want, Tesla's probably the better option. With the exception, I think, of a 67 Chevy Impala. Like, there are some cars that just, like, have style. There are some cars that are just beautiful. Like, they're, like, 1972 Bista, a Gran Torino, the Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine. There are some cars that, like, really just Teslas can't replace. But for the most part, Teslas are the best bang for your buck. Phone on the Suns, and ask me anything. And Raythax at $10 super chat. A virtual high five. Just pop in to say you rock. Keep up the faith. Thanks, brother. I love you, man. Nemo answers, AMA is where the team will be answering the live questions and provide updates. Javier says, I want Dragon Ball Z, man. That would be huge. You think I don't want Dragon Ball Z? underneath this Make Long Island Emo Again shirt is my Dragon Ball Z tattoo. Moving on. Aristides, I thought AMA was an event. Well, it kind of is. Archon says Tesla Roadster all day. There you go, Mark. Get that bread. Actual Codes, even Immutable did the XOXO tweet a week or two ago. I didn't know they did that. That's a good point. Demo N says no Dragon Ball Z until migration, please. Yeah, I mean, if you have a lot of Omi, you really want to wait. You hope that the brands that you really want wait until Omi moons, and you're able to get NFT, Omi to NFT. In my opinion, yeah. Mark says you're getting excited again. Thanks, man. Thanks for bringing me back. Javier says migration and then Dragon Ball Z is best strategy. Yeah, Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, Attack on Titan, Fairy Tail. I never got a Fairy Tail tattoo, but I want one. That is such a good show. Oh my god, Natsu, Dragnila, Lucy, Heartfilia, Grace. I just, so awesome. Veve Las Vegas says, Randy Smart. I listen. Thanks, man. You make sense to me. I see your vision. Thank you. The vision I get is mostly from ingesting things that open up your mind. And I like to think I have a pretty open mind already. Thank you guys for 69 likes. That means the world. Everyone comment nice down. Oh, actually, before anybody else comments, before anybody else likes, I have to get... No! It reached 70 before... it's like I will get that 69 one day. We got Helvin Mark says, what do you see happening to comic prices over the next year, especially with rare and uncommon as they are competing with common nowadays? I don't know. I think there will be some walls where, yeah, as people go in and they, you know, again, you're going to have some people with 100 comics. You're going to have some people, but again, like, there's multiple people with hundreds of comics, probably, most likely, that just going to be, okay, all right, I'll just, you know, as it goes up, like, okay, I'm going to take some profit, take some more profit, take some more profit. You know, if you're like 5xing your money, 8xing your money, probably a decent idea to, you know, to take some profit. That being said, I did sell another Wonder Woman yesterday. I want to, oh, geez, I'm sorry, guys. Oh, nice. Buddy of mine just got her first NFT. Good job, Steph. Good job. Good job. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so the Wonder Woman one, if you go to the collectibles, why I did sell one of my Wonder Woman, again, I think I still have 3 left, is because it had already gone up from, like, again, I bought one at 125, and a lot of the others I bought between 180 and 190. They're 288. Okay, well, it's an extra like $100 per one. Yeah, so I still have 3 left. It's not a bad thing to take some profit every now and then. Even though I think those could eventually go up to like 600-700. You know, I feel like I need some gems now, just in case. Telvin Mark says, what do you see happening to comic price? Oh, yeah, so I don't know. I think those will be... Again, what happened with us, with the OGs? Well, we were all about the physical collectibles at first, and comics were really disrespected for months. I think that will happen with newcomers as well, although maybe not. I thought, you know, my first thought was that, hey, well, they'll probably follow the same trajectory. They'll probably go into, you know, like the Todds and the Spider-Man and Wonder Woman and all that before, and they'll go through all that before they get to comics. But with the arrival and like now that you have, you know, people like Sleep in Comics, and you have comics and crypto, and you have all these people that their channels are dedicated to specifically comics, which ones to hold, which ones to sell, how the physical counterparts do, and even me every now and then, because I don't know a lot of comics, but the ones that I do know, I know very, very well. And there's probably going to be... We didn't have that. Like, when we started, like, there was no Sleep in Comics. There was no comics in crypto. You know, like, Mark Hun wasn't around. There wasn't any of that. But now these people do have those tools. They have those choices. So I do think that their channels will blow up. They have their own corner of the market. You know, those guys. So yeah, and I know there's probably 1 or 2 I'm forgetting as well. So it might be a little more even now. I don't know why, but my right quad is twitching. It means it's healing, right? It means it's doing okay. Um, Koizada says one of their sport NFTs looked 3D. But they might do a mix of 2D and 3D. Yeah, they might do both. Um, Javier says, imagine getting Trunks and Goten, and then making a fusion between them to create a new NFT. Dude, if we get Kid Trunks and Kid Goten to go, fusion, ha, and then they become Gotenks, that would be amazing if there were three different ones. You have the fat Gotenks, you have the really skinny one, and then you have the bad. Oh my god, that'd be oh, that'd be awesome. There's so many different types of fusions that you could do. And again, David Yu has posted, the Fusion Ha thing before, and even Reese had said, "Oh, hey, by the way, this Omi utility program level is over 9,000." So yeah, I think, yeah, I think that could be on its way. Well, but Wubba says technically Veve can put a JPEG in a picture frame and it's a 3D collectible. So Veve has everything others have too, right? It's a good point. I guess they do have. They could have that. Put it. Yeah, I guess it would be 3D because they do have 2D art, but you can still kind of see it in 3D as well. So that's a good point. We do have Aldous Havley with a $4.99 super chat saying, "I see physical comics being sold with matching NFTs at cons soon. Bundle, baby. Will onboard more physical collectors." That's a good point. I do have a little bit of concern where Mr. Pags, aka Henry Pagliuca, aka the Low Mint Master, he's gone to Comic Con before and he's talked about NFTs and it's like, oh hey, what about this? And then they turn their head down. Like, nah, we don't talk about that. Like, now maybe that's just the old guard. That maybe that's the people that just happen to be at Comic Con, not just go, but have booths at Comic Con that are really intimidated by NFTs and they don't like them and they don't respect them. Maybe that's just the old guard. Maybe those people at large understand that, oh hey, by the way, I would much rather have a bunch of these virtual NFTs that I can fit on my phone than have it in boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes. Again, part of the reason why a bunch of these Pokemon cards, that I will get back a lot of them, but the first edition, like, they're, where do you put them? Where do you put yeah, shoe boxes. How many shoe boxes can you get? And how many times do you have to, like, dig into stuff to try to get them out? I do think a lot more physical collectors next year will be brought on. I think a lot more, in my opinion. So that's a good question. I forget where I was. All right. We don't look like we have too much more going. Peter Hoy says, hello from Sydney. Why, hello, Peter Hoy. How you doing? BR says, Immutable X down 10% after Coinbase listing. Really? That's so interesting. Probably good for people that like it long term, and it's like, okay, well, probably buy it. Eli Stanky says, I have 1,800 gems to spend, looking to make a purchase or two. What to get for the best return on investment? Thinking Secret Captain America. Any thoughts? Dude, if Secret Captain America is down to 1,800 gems, I might get another one right now if that's. Oh my god, it's 1,800 gems for a Secret Rare Captain America. That, now I get it. It's not a first appearance. That right goes to the Steve Rogers and the Marvel Mighties. So it's 1,900. It's 1,900. 1,899. So it's 19. But that is, I don't know. It's animated. It's got sound. It's cool. My mint number is number 295. So it's actually pretty low. That's number 931. So I think I would actually rather. Okay, no, there's a 1999. That's 655. I don't know. Is this 2000 an actual 2000? No, it's 2080. Again, I don't really care too much about mint numbers, but 1,800 is not a lot. Consider I paid like 3,100 for mine, so that is not a lot at all. Oh, my friend Stuff got a Tom Brady NFT. Oh, cool beans. All right. Check out the Veve app. It's fun AF and easy to buy. Okay. But honestly, if Well, again, even though the Secret Rare Captain America is $18.99, if you're to get that right now, I would not blame you. I'd be like, hey, that's a really good purchase. I didn't know that until I just saw that. So again, people like me were already paying over 3,000 for it. So so yeah, I think that is pretty good, in my opinion. Maxwell Cook says, make sure you save some gems for all the drops this coming month. That is true. We have a lot. We have Voltron. J Kill XRP says H, not F. Eli Snaggy says Secret Rare Gold Serial Killers lucky. I don't I, I don't like that one. I think that in the future, yeah, I don't even know what that would. I think that in the future, that's something that maybe goes up long term. Again, people started selling. I think Hello K sold his for like 6K. I sold mine for 3,400. It's down to $1,800 now. If I had the choice, or sorry, 1,850, between Tricky the Obese Bunny or Secret Rare Captain America, getting that Secret Rare Captain America. I like that. That's not even a hard call, in my opinion. In my opinion, that's not even a hard call at all. So Wonder Woman. All right, Wonder Woman went down to 288. She was 298 before, so it's going down slightly. Yeah. So again, that to me, that's not even a hard call. Again, a lot of these artists, even though some will moon, some of these artists will. I mean, maybe a small amount of them, but I think some of them will absolutely blow up. I think most of them, this is it. I think most of the artists here is like, they're good, they're cool, and they have great artwork. But like, how many people of these like don't know the names? That being said, it's like, okay, well, that's why the art isn't going for that much, and not many people know these artists right now. But in the future, honestly, in the future, everything's probably going to go up. But I think some things like Marvel would go up a lot more, a lot more than others. But again, that is just my opinion. Talking to my friend Steph, getting her to go on the Veve app. Also, something else. A buddy of mine, my friend Mark, a guy I used to live. So, for those of you that have been here for a year or more, I used to make videos on my phone, and I used to live with my friend Mark in his basement, right next to a boiler room, and that was he's a veterinarian. He's been on the podcast. He owns 2 hospitals, and he's buying a lot of Omi. He gets the drops. He doesn't really buy a lot of the NFTs, but he's buying a lot of Omi. He has a couple million. He's getting a couple million more like soon, like today or tomorrow. And he should have like 7-8 million Omi, which is it like a ton? Is he like a whale? He could be a whale if he wanted to. He is not, right? Like and it's because of me. Like, I am personally responsible for probably about another 50 or 100 million Omi that my friends have bought. Like, all together. Not including some of you guys that might have gone in when they all seen what I was doing. But that being said, I am going to do my 1-hour Patreon member shout out. Is this more than you bargained for? Yeah. Oh, don't mind me. I'm watching YouTube from the closet, wishing to be the friction in your dreams. Isn't it messed up how I'm just dying to be him? I'm just a notch in your bedpost, but you're just a line in a song. Drop a heart, break a name, and we're sleeping for the wrong team. We're going down in Italy around sugar. Okay, moving on. Super Duper Hank says, technically it's Coinbase Pro, not Coinbase. That's a good point. Natalia Giraldo says, hey Randy, big fan of your content. Just wanted to say, keep up the great work. Hashtag when Pokemon. Thank you, Natalia. Spasibo. Wubba Wubba says, please ask AMA if we can assemble/disassemble Voltron in the future. Burn 5 Lion NFTs to get a Megabot NFT. Special badge if all 5 editions are the same. Actually, that special badge thing is a really good point. So I take a picture of that just to see if I can ask that. And then I'm going to go down here to the Richard Brahma saying, the 69, I think it's South Korean money saying, when can I take out my Harley Quinns? I want to start breeding. Excuse me. The breeding, I think when that game mechanic does come to us, I think will be in the form of Labbits. So I have my full set of Labbits, both seasons. I the Harley Quinns, if they do get that ability, I don't think that's for like years in the future. Um, and will they be able to go off app? Yeah, probably. They'll probably be able to go off app in the future. I don't know when. The first ones I think will be the artist because there's no red tape with the artist. It's just the artist. Call up Luke Chu. Hey, can this go on OpenSea? Yeah, sure. That's it. I guarantee you that's it. But I don't think that that with Disney and DC that it's going to be that simple. I think it has to go through a bunch of people and go through a bunch of red tape beforehand. So do I think that'll happen eventually? And especially, and again, that's just with OpenSea, but breeding, I think that is going to take a while, and I could be wrong, but I think that could really take a long time, probably like 2 years. Which again, if you've been in this long, it's like okay, well, it's 2 years. Again, the Harley Quinns are going to be going up. What are they even now? I haven't even checked them in a while. Those are some of my favorites too, and it's just like okay, well, set it and forget it type of deal because I'm not going to sell those. They're very hard to get, especially that first series. So this Harley Quinn, yeah, there's 23 for sale, $8,000 floor. If you think that this Harley Quinn is not going to go for 50,000 in the future, that Stephen Pugh Harley Quinn, which again, that's not even a first appearance. The first appearance comes with, I think it's season 2 or 3 of Batman. Yeah, season 3 of Batman. That first appearance, Harley Quinn, finally is like it's a couple $100. But that's the first appearance. So I don't know which ones they would let you breed. Honestly, they might, if they are going to let someone breed, it might be the series 2 of Harley Quinn, just because they're a little different than the others. So yeah, I hope that answers your question a little bit. How was I? Yeah. Oh god. Where was I? Oh, here we go. Dutch Homie says, "Hey Randy, how's it going?" JTA says, "Do we think we'll get the real-time updates on how many NFTs are burned when the Master Collector program launches?" Yeah, they should be able to because they'll be confirmed. They're already confirmed on the Go chain, but will be confirmed on the Ethereum blockchain, and we should be able to tell. It'll be like in Hunger Games. As soon as somebody dies, you see their picture. Like you hear a gunshot, you hear their picture, and you see their picture. All right, another one down. So I think when that happens, they should. That would be really fun to have something on there like that. Actually, that is something that I might ask as well. The MCP launches. Yeah, that'd be great. We got Split Sniper says, "Hey all, not sure how long I can stay, but I'll try to be here for a bit. Howdy, howdy." TV says, "Voltron looking clean. Nice." JTA says, "So we know how many copies are exactly left." Yes, I think that'd be a good idea. Super Duper Hank says, "Speaking of Sims, I made a guy who is a compulsive neat freak, put him in a really surreal little house with a wedding buffet, deleted the door. Eventually he went insane from lack of cleanliness. Savage." Retracted says, "I think owning a song is more appealing than 3D model of the artist." Sorry for the typo. I think owning a song note is more appealing than the 3D model of the artist. Okay, that's interesting. I appreciate the perspective. Rickard Brahma says, "Hey Randy, how is the drop big?" Well, how is this drop big? Because it's nostalgic because it launched in the 80s. It was on Toonami back in the day, with Gundam Wing, along with Dragon Ball Z and all that. With Tom, he was great. Tom was just the little dude that is like, "Hey guys, I'm Tom," and he would just give reviews on video games, and he was just a cool, awesome person that would just get us ready for the next show. And then it's because they recently had a reboot that was taken care of on Netflix, and like tons of people love the show. So so yeah, that's something where a lot of people are going to get into this. I'm going to have specialists on tomorrow. Harry says, "What's up, folks? What's up? What's up?" Thomas Brown Jr. says, "Alexa Bliss mentioned NFTs the other day. Come on, Veve released WWE." Alexa Bliss is so she's kind of like the Harley Quinn of WWE. She's like this blonde thing. She's really cute and she's very athletic. But But if you go to like her Instagram, you could tell she's having a fantastic time. Like she's having a wonderful time playing the character that she has. Because the character that she has is like looks like that. She's like you tell me that she's not having a blast playing that character. Tell me that this isn't fun. And so everybody like loves her, and yeah, I would want some WWE stuff as well. Retractor says Shrek is love. Shrek is life. Veve Las Vegas says you got a Veve license plate? Get the fudge out of here. Good for you, Veve Las Vegas. While she says I have a personalized no plate. Oh me mad. Oh, dude, I love you guys. Veve Las Vegas says nice, Walshy. Milo says Jeremy tweeted today about his Harry Potter book. Last time when he tweeted about the stamp, we got stamps. Could we get Harry Potter? I mean, you can make the... I'm going to say that... Well, he tweeted about the Harry Potter book because of the sale that occurred. And it was this... He didn't tweet about it just to tweet about it. He tweeted about it because of the sale and because he has one. Now, you could make the argument, well, the only reason he bought a stamp is because there was a stamp sale that was going on eBay. And yeah, you're right, but... I don't think he really collected stamps. If he did, he kept it quiet. He's pretty vocal about collecting Harry Potter books. Yeah. Tyler says, my brother and I watched How to Train Your Dragon every single night for about a month back in the day. You guys are bored. Maybe Las Vegas says, I'm thinking the Decon mascot set might get you access to the next Decon or an NFT at Decon. That's possible. Yes, I think that is possible as well. Horse on Jupiter says, what are the chances that people lose all interest in Veve? What if everyone gets tired of constant drops? And what is the likelihood of the prices of common comics going back down to $6.99? Very limited. I think it's very, very small. I think that there will always be people in here. Let's say in like, oh God, 20 years or 10 years, there's something else that comes out and it's just better than, I don't know. Because again, we're growing with the times, we're adapting with the times. I don't think, I would say it's very close to zero that happens. Monarch says, it's beginning to look a lot like Voltron. Maxwell says, get a Nimbus 2000 for Christmas, right? View says, zero chance. Anthony Ortiz says, it should have been 5 lions, and you get all 5, transform into Voltron, and he makes sense. I don't know why we did. Yeah, I kind of wish they were too, but I'm also kind of glad that they didn't. Because if they were to do that, I would have bought all 5 lions. Now with this, I don't know what I'm going to buy. You'll have to wait to see until tomorrow. When tomorrow I have Specialist Ty McDonough on, and we shall see. Maxwell Cook says, some comics possibly, but these drops have been pretty strategic, but lose interest? No, not at this growth rate. This will probably be triple users each year. Oh, no, Maxwell Cook. We're 10xing the amount of users by next year. We're going to have 10 million. WSRLV says, Randy, you're my boy. Can't wait to meet you here in Las Vegas. February, boys! February! John M says, howdy. Matt G says, haha. Maxwell Cook says, they've been working on that Voltron for a year, though. He's an OG. Separated would be cool, but not as possible back then. Very true. Ricky Lee says, meow, 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 meow. Mag says, howdy. Mark Udan says, secret rare golden snitch is going to be hard to catch. Oh, I would love it if they were to actually save that golden snitch for, like, if they were to actually have Quidditch. If they were to have Quidditch in virtual reality, and if they were to do that, and then the only way you get one is if you win a certain amount of like, how did you get invited to Worlds Pokemon back in the day? Well, how'd you get your badges? You win a certain amount of games, you get your badges. How are you going to get control of that snitch? Well, you win a certain amount of Quidditch games, and maybe you get a silver snitch. Win a certain amount of tournaments, and you get the golden snitch. Like, oh my God, I would lose my heckin' mind. The Las Vegas says, I didn't buy your Pokemon card. I bought more Omi today. What will it take for y'all to buy? Honestly, right now. Okay. Both of these are going for 1,800, and these are the cheapest on eBay by literally thousands. They are the cheapest by thousands. The cheapest next one of this is like 3,000 or 4,000. The next cheapest one of this is well over 3,000. So I'll go even lower. I'll go down to 1,400. If you want to pay me in Omi, you get it for 1,400. Actually, no. If you want to pay me in like, wherever, like PayPal or something, I'll go and charge you 1,400. If you want to pay in Omi, 1,300. You heard it right here. Omi, you get this huge discount that you're not getting anywhere else. The last sale of this was 1,900. The cheapest on eBay right now is mine. Again, this one I literally just sold a few days ago. It was on stream for 1,900. That was the cheapest on eBay. Now this is the cheapest on eBay for $2,250. I'll give it to y'all for 1,500. Yeah, cheapest on eBay is $2,250. Y'all get a 1,500. Last sale was 19. And again 1,400 if you pay an Omi. Bert the Jerk says, where's the AMA going to be today? It's going to be on Twitter very, very soon. Yarl L says, I think the next thing is EA Sports and the supercar industry. EA Sports. It's in the game. Supercar, yeah, we have Citroen, but I don't know if they're really supercars. Tesla Roadster, supercar. John Robert Yellen says, I'm behind. Send to your Facebook. Read the posts. Thank you, John Robert Yellen. Maxwell Cook, thank you for that €2 super chat. Maxwell Cook says, 2,000 Megazord NFTs made, sold, less than 1,100 physical properties claimed. Nice. Nice, Maxwell. Nice. We got Richard Brahma again saying, I try to buy Cavell's t-shirts for Jim, but no shipping to Sweden. Damn. Says, I bought from another dealer, but I want to support you guys. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you get it there. I don't know how you get it there. There's a link down below to my merch store. It's not it just says Randy Chavez meow 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 meow, or it has meow 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 and then Randy Chavez down below. I don't know if. Sorry, something's blowing up here. I'm not 100% sure if the company that I have ships to Sweden, so I will let you know. Hang on 1 second here. Okay. All right, we're gonna have Dan Schawbell on stage tonight on the AMA. There's not a lot of time to craziness, so yeah, we'll go. But yeah, let me know if you can't buy my shirt. If you want mine, let me know. Shoot me a message on Twitter, and I'll get you one. Just Venmo or something, and then I'll ship it to you. Now, where was I? Over here? Oh yeah, so Maxwell says 2,200 made were sold, 1,100 of those physical properties claimed for that Mechazord. Planet Vampire says Twitter Spaces in 15 minutes. So I'm gonna try to get through this. Alan says on Twitter. John Robert Yellen says, when you get a minute, Randy, read the post on the Xmas Rave page. The messages people are making are hilarious. At Real Donald Trump has confirmed he's going too. I don't think he knows it's a joke. Oh my God, I gotta go. Bill Scott says, Randy, what do you think about the anti-ex-establishment ethos of crypto itself and how it affects the adoption of large-scale commercialization in the crypto space? You said words. Well, I definitely, yeah, I like that crypto is anti-establishment. I like that it helps. I like that the government can't come in and create more Bitcoin and Ethereum because nothing screws up a project like government. So that maybe that's part of the reason, probably a big part of the reason why it attracts me to it so much. How it affects the large scale adoption. Well, they're going to try. They're going to come in. They're going to try to come in hard. They're going to try to regulate it, and you do not want that. You do not want government regulation. It's nothing is more permanent than a temporary boost in power or a temporary ban or a temporary whatever. When government gets power, they seldom give it back. So, yeah, I like crypto because that's a hedge against the government, because government, they don't care about us. Tyler says EA Sports would be massively holy. I know, right? Elwood says, look at the boulder. That's a nice boulder. Paul Mansell says, I want a 1-to-1 Smeagol from The Hobbit. Oh, God, that'd be amazing. That'd be huge. All Chat Gaming says, this is just the start. Fire. I was just kind of salty Veve didn't get Nickelodeon though. I think we do have it. Recur Brahma says when breeding Harley Quinn. Oh. Smart Guy says do a giveaway and select me winner. I see what you're doing there, Smart Guy. Whitey Boy says what have I missed? In the hour 13, it was a lot. There's pretty much all of it. Uncle Drew says we will get Nickelodeon. Max says hope so. Frank Zabago says I second Die Hard. Bill Scott says ripped. Matt G says what time's AMA? It's very soon, like 10 minutes. Bill Scott says pants. Ruben says do you don't use Ledger to store OMI? Don't you use that anymore? What happened? I had gotten an email saying they weren't going to support it anymore, so I just put it into like 6 different trust wallets. Frank says AMA soon. Tyler says you think Recur and Veve can take on the same partnerships with different forms of NFT, basically? Yes, 100%. Maxwell says, first Christmas NFT is going to be so good for a long-term hold. I just flashed back the Santa hat in RuneScape that everyone had and tossed after Christmas and then regretted it 5 years later. It's a good point. JTA says, do we think we'll get real-time updates on how many NFTs are burned? So we have a gauge of how many are accurately left. Yes, JTA, I believe so. Tyler says I want a Fairly Odd Parents NFT so bad. Yeah, I want a Jorgen von Strangle NFT. I want a Juandissimo NFT. I want a Tooth Fairy NFT. Cosmo and Wanda. Yeah, I want them all. I think we'll do a competition similar to Ready Player One or Alex Becker's NEO Tokyo. At some point, again, it might take a few years. Monarch NFTs Voltron toys are like whole-ass paychecks. Do you think they will surpass Disney Golden Moments? Depends how many there are. Don M says best purchase under $500. I mean, there's a difference between like safe and then like rolling the dice. I think Wonder Woman's a pretty good bet. That being said, I had 5 of her. I have 3 of her now. So I do have some of her, but I think she's a pretty safe bet. She's recent. Alan A says, now I want Thundercats. Ho! Owned by WB, and there are Marvel Thundercat comics. That's a good point. Aldous Havley, that $5 super chat, saying, I see physical comics being sold with matching NFTs at cons soon. Bundle, baby! Will onboard more physical collectors. I see that as well. Definitely next year. Real Talk says, what set do I need to complete to hang with Randy? Well, just come to any of the cons. Designer Con each year or Level Up Expo will be in February. If you go there, you can hang with the real Randy Chavez. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty boring until I drink, and then the party's here. Monarch says Bulma. Oh, Bulma, I love her. Rick Brahma says best under 500 first appearance Joker or Harley Quinn. Oh, I like Harley Quinn more, but that first appearance Joker might be worth more in the future. Stuart Little says Randy, looking good today. Thanks, Stuart Little. VV Las Vegas says, I am in Immutable X ICO offering was 14 cents, so people taking profit, so no big deal long term. It's a good point. Natalia Giraldo says, hey Randy, big fan of your content. Just wanted to say keep up the great work. Also, who's your favorite Pokemon? I would have to say Arcanine. Arcanine is definitely one of my favorites. Zakar says bought a shiz ton of Immutable X today on Pro. There you go, Zakar, saying it was so easy. Maxwell Cook says the Secret Rare Storm first appearance is undervalued. I think so too, and not just because I paid $1,900 for it, now it's like $900. But partly because of that as well. Squidcast says, I wish we could react to comments. Always lots of good ones here. I know, right? Zakar says multiple companies, licenses, and make NFL shirts and hats. Why wouldn't Recur be able to make 3D statues? I think because we have the 3D statues, those licenses. So I think that's why they're not able to on maybe certain things. But who knows? All Chat Gaming got a Secret Rare Loki. Nice, nice. What are they at right now? Can't attach to a show. It's a Secret Rare. It's a first appearance. Veve said, join us in 15 minutes. That was X amount of minutes ago. Brock McBlonchain says, look over to your wall and just see fiche. Brock McBlonchain's been really doing a good job updating those fiche. Licensors theoretically can do anything they want. All Chat says maybe they can. Says, but that's a long way away. Jordan Mears says 2 Secret Rare Captain Americas or 1 him. Ah, God, that's so hard. The 2 Secret Captain Americas are going to be cheaper than 1 him. Ow. And also, you can sell one of the Captain Americas in the future and keep the other. With the him, you'd have to that's really hard. There's already a first appearance Captain America, and him there's only 150 of. I don't know. I might say him. That's really hard. That is really hard. Both are good to get, and for liquidity reasons, you might want to get two Captain Americas, just because you can sell one and then still have the other. But the him, there's so few of them. Well, I sold my him, and I did not sell my Captain America, so I'd say go with Captain America. Eli Stankus, keep it up, Randy. Thanks for the info. Linux says, AMA going already? No, it's in 5 minutes. Oh, wow. Linux had 9 hours of school. Insane. Maxwell says him. Well, Maxwell says him. Zakar says, yeah, we need digital statues of real celebs, of their likeness, like they say these days. Maxwell Cook says, if he's that low. Squidcat says, license agreements are contract. They can be anything both parties agree to. No hard rules of what's possible. But NFTs might be different, though. Linux says, year or more gang. Hashtag year or more gang. Jado says, what do you think of Eternity? I don't know. Thank you guys for 100 likes. Brent Blackwell says, I just bought the Secret Rare Captain America. Oh, you did. You beautiful person. I gotta see. Oh, 80 in the market. Yep, you did. You did. Now the cheapest one is $19.99. Good for you, mate. Maxwell Cook says the common Captain America has low mints too. Not the first appearance, but the comic heads will realize him without a circle shield. Yep, that's a good point. That's a really good point. Him without a circle shield. And it says, yeah, instead of sports cards, have player statues. Right, it says, Stuart Little says, Randy, do you need to get your nails? Yeah, I know. Richard Brahma says, when can I take out my Harley Quinns? I want to breed. I think you'll be able to off-ramp your Harley Quinns before breeding, which might be next year, might not. Real Talk says, breeding Harleys. Lucky D says, I just sold my Ultra Ghost Bear for an Iron Man at $630 to complete the set. Feels like a good move. Yeah, I think Iron Man will be more popular than Ghost Bears. SR Lead Jab says, you have definitely led me to buy more OMI, trying to get 25 million before exchanges. Get it. Wait, Justin B. JB. Sergeant B, is that you? Maxwell Cook says, Christmas Labbit this month. Yo. That'd be amazing. Daniel Marquez says, comment. Thank you. Zach R says, Alan, that would be the shiz. The Zimmer says, Randy, what's your opinion on the first appearance black and white Robin for C-3PO? Having a hard time choosing. I don't know, man. Is that the Carmine Infantino Robin? It's so hard. Because there's so many Batman ones. No color. But then you have the C-3PO that's nice and gold, and one of the first. Yeah, that's really hard. A lot of nerds. C-3PO has been in a movie more recently than Robin, and has been in all of them. Might even make an appearance in Mandalorian. I don't know. That's a really good one. It's a good point. I don't have a C-3PO and I have a Robin. So, but that, yeah, I think C-3PO might go down when like Luke Skywalker and Vader are announced. All Chat Gaming says 100% Labbits. Yep, I got Labbits also. Brahma says, thanks, Randy, but I wait for breeding Harley Quinn. Might be waiting a while, but you might be early, but it's good to get her now. Amaratia says, who's conducting the AMA? Well, it's going on in a few minutes. It's not X out of everything else. I don't know. I don't know. I would say that probably Reese and them and all of them on Twitter. So he says, here's the AMA link. Yeah, so you can't put links in the chat. I don't know why. Fakolot says, love the Masaki promos. You don't want to consign with Scott. It'll just take too long, and he'll take a percentage. Recur Brahma says, I try to buy Cavell t-shirts for Jim, but no shipping to Sweden. I bought from another dealer, but I want to support you guys. Let me know if you can't get one, Recur Brahma. And thank you for the super chat. Liquid Momentum says, bro, you the man. Love your spirit and attitude. Thank you, thank you. Dezuma says, Sweden gang. X-Idol says, I'm late. Manuel Hurtado says, I found a couple of Pokemon Celebrations items and want to open them, but they look so nice on display, I can't do it. I understand that. 90-minute Patreon member shout out. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? There's I keep thinking of now I keep thinking of that. I can't think of like yellow card. I'm trying to think of yellow card and I can't. All right, it's gonna be something different. You made a mess of things, my what a mess you made. I hate the way you make me feel, I hate the way you make me. And your world is cold outside, so button up and open wide. I hate the way you make me feel sick, sick, sick. Now, 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 now. Hi, Randy. I like that Wendy made the frizz. Yes, she did. Star Helix, Wendy Stibalis, and Kyle Willson on YouTube. At EQ_crypto. At Not Star Helix. And at Hey David Don on the Twitter. Well, I guess I'm going to go and take a look at the... I guess I'm going to start listening. I guess no one's there yet. Okay, I'm going to put that on mute while they get ready. 1HZ Bully says, Marvel Comic 200 floor. What do you think? Is it worth it? Well, people have been paying that, so that's worth it to some people. Rajama says, Dezuma, Sweden Fire. Shinobi says, hey, how's it going? Are you streaming the AMA? I guess so. I don't... Right now they have music playing, but I guess so, yeah. I'll be there. Now that we get Voltron, I'm waiting for Gundam next. It could be. Investmore said, question for the AMA. How many people are working on building the Veveverse? Ooh, that's a good one. I don't know if they would want to answer that, but I'll see. Oh, look at what we got in here. We got Randy Chavez. We got Dan Shawbell. We got Cavell Anderson. Romantic gave me a high five there. Kyle Willson, Veve Viral, The Gale, got Foster Hilt, we got Crypto Baby, we got Orange Bag Lady, Biscuits, Poor Man Printing, Asian Dan. We got a lot of heavy hitters in here. We got the Omi Homies, just so many amazing people. Let's see if they're ready to start.
Such a festive mood. Those tunes, Reverend Alex.
Yes, indeed. Give me a sec. My AirPods are not connecting for some reason.
All right, while they take a second. Yep, Recur is still at the starting line. Wulu says Recur got a 100-man team. It was Voltron, I know, right? All right, so I'm going to, unfortunately, skip the rest of these comments. And
go manual. All right, before we get started, got lots to cover today. We won't have a lot of time in which to do it, so we're going to try to blaze through a lot. But I just wanted to take a few minutes here at the top to shout out the Veve community. And those of you who continue to make it one of the best communities out there. So, I got to say, in my years of marketing and community...
Yes, Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Impressed by how genuine people are across our Discord, or Twitter, and beyond. Whether that be our Discord mods who volunteer their time to help people out, to the folks...
Unfortunately, Ruben, right now, I'm not selling any of my Omi for any purpose. Sorry, mate.
Games giving away community source prizes or mailing out physical collectibles totally out of their own pocket. Like Whamrod.
I feel you, Rickard. I feel you.
Giveaways in the giveaways channel on Discord.
What's up, Chinferno?
That is a giveaway every day, by the way. So if you have not, check that out, please. Just last week on Twitter, Cron0721 organized Veve Festivus, in which 100+ Veve fan gave away
Festivus for the rest of us.
20K gems worth of prizes, I believe. Crazy. So shout out to everyone involved and everybody who donated.
I'm
prizes
heating
for
up
that.
some chicken.
Amazing to see my timeline over the weekend just completely inundated with people going for those prizes. I'd say I'm glad y'all caught the holiday spirit, but honestly, this is beyond that. I've popped in to Twitter Spaces and did Discord Clubhouse chats over the last several weeks and months, and have heard some truly inspiring stories and just witnessed some acts of just pure kindness towards newcomers to the community or people just going through it, to be honest. And I've been truly moved. I'm sure some of you have as well. So, shout out to Eagle, Skeet, Shadow, Dizzle, Veve Giffy, Lenny, Nexus, Brian, Kenobi, Emoji, True, Voltaholics, Omi Homies, Janie and Max.
Jamie and Max.
And many, many more I'm sure I'm forgetting.
Oh,
right
Janie
now.
and Max, I love them.
But if you know, you know.
You know.
Point being, it's an absolute pleasure to not only be part of this community, but to see how you like to see each other win, really. We're so dang early in this, and despite some of the bad vibes that have definitely tried us over the last week or so, please remember that all boats rise. We gain nothing as a community from personal attacks or going out of our way to crap on somebody for just trying to get theirs. So Twitter warriors, take a breath. YouTubers, take a breath. Alex G on Twitter, take a damn breath. Or 10. Yeah, I know, I get surly sometimes, guys. But I'm better than that. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. So what do you say, everybody? Let's keep those good vibes going. Give me those hundreds. Give me those hundreds. We got the
Ginferno, send that to me, please.
Here. Give me those hundreds. We're about to enter a whole new era together. So give me those hundreds. And guess what? 12 days of Veve start on Monday, 13th of December. Running all the way up to Christmas Eve. We've got a bunch of digital collectible giveaways, including a couple of physical Todds. Give me those hundreds. So stay tuned for more on those shenanigans. But for now, that concludes the sermon. And I'd like to hand it over to Veve Jesus.
12 days of Veve. Sounds very interesting.
How are you?
Reese, I think it needs to be invited up to speak.
All that hand up.
Unfortunately, Ruben, I cannot lend. I cannot give any away right now.
Well, Dan, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Preparing for the 12 days of Veve Christmas. It's going to be great. Nice little celebration. Good way to wrap up the year and just give back a little bit to our amazing community. I mean, it's been an insane year, so it's going to be nice to send it off with a bang.
It shall indeed.
There he is.
Yes, Veve Jesus has arrived. I hope everyone is ready for that. Feels like it's been a while, Brett.
So, hang on.
Chat.
Hold on.
But, just on the Christmas thing too, there is a community Christmas quiz taking place on the 16th. You'll find the details on Kay's Twitter. I'll share it to Akomi later as well. We did a community quiz.
When he says, give me those hundreds.
4 months ago now, using Kahoot, which is just an app that lets everybody join and participate. It was heaps of fun last time.
That's what he means. You can put
As always, there'll be
100 on your face.
So, it's just another thing to be aware of. But just to set the room, everybody, to anyone who hasn't joined us before and to everyone that has come along.
Let's go ending with Pokemon.
All of us. We'll set the. We'll go through the same structure that we usually go through. Cover the big ticket items right off the bat. As Alex said, we're a little bit limited for time today.
Big ticket
And then
items.
we'll bounce between questions that were submitted to Twitter
Limited time.
and live questions from the floor.
Have sneezed.
But without further ado, we'll kick things off. So thank you for that opening word, Alex. Very much appreciated. And the same love and sentiment goes out from myself to the entire community, which has seen some pretty impressive growth of late. Dan, have we got some updated numbers on where we're at with in terms of users and
Yeah, we continue to grow by users by the 20 to 30,000 on a daily basis, which is great news on one side. Bad news if you're trying to score a draw.
yeah.
But it's also great news, for the marketplace side of things as well. So yeah, we're still, sitting at around 1.3 million active users per month, which is
crap.
insane when you think, 2 months ago or 3 months ago, that was sitting at around about 500,000. So Again, just a huge credit to everyone in the community who, goes out of their way to set up these competitions and do the videos and just, generally promote Veve and get exposure to the product. So, we really attribute a lot of the user growth to you guys and the fans. So big thanks for that.
Yeah, I'll second that. And you did just touch on how hard it is to get a drop these days. But I think we'll cover some of those things later as well, now that we have that growing user base. But before we get there, we have a couple of pending app releases, or one key one. I don't think it's live yet, but we're expecting one this week. Is that correct?
Yep, that's right. So very excited to say that finally, after all this time, Showroom V2 will be released later today. We can
Showroom V2.
So I hope you've got all your weekends cleared so you can spend time creating some amazing showrooms. We're going to release a published article on our Medium channel sometime in the next few hours after
the food is good.
After this Twitter space.
Hi, Fred.
And then keep an eye on your app updates later today. I would say it might be about, let's say at the top of my head, it's probably going to come out in maybe 6 to 8 hours from now. So hopefully that's not 1 or 2 a.m. for any of you. And if it is, no reason to get up. It'll be there when you wake up in the morning.
Exactly.
So yeah, a couple of things to touch on. I think I've covered this in some of the last AMAs, but just to give you guys an update on exactly what is going to be coming out with the Showroom V2. So obviously we have Showroom version 2. So we are upgrading from our beautiful white polygon square box, which is the existing showroom, to something that is far more aesthetic and looks a lot nicer. And inside of that new showroom, we've also removed those kind of wall panel things that were in there.
Good.
Just to open up the space and, allow you guys to have more room to sort of play around. And yeah, very excited to see what awesome creations are going to come out of
Johnny Dunn must be losing his mind.
There is a small, well, I won't say an Easter egg, but in the same way that there was that lovely little crack in the wall for all of you Boulder Hop and Showroom fans, you'll know what I'm talking about, where you can escape out into the sky box. We do have the area in there as well that you can exit. It's not visible, so feel free to have a wander around and try and find it. Now, for anyone who has a version 1 showroom, you will keep those showrooms unless you delete them. Once you delete them, you create a new showroom, you will, moving forward, get the showroom version 2. So if you want to keep the old showroom or the showroom version 1, just make sure you don't delete it. And all of
I would like to get everyone on at some point.
The setups that you've done inside the showroom will of course stay intact. Secondly, is a new type of showroom coming in called the empty space. Now this works exactly the same way as showroom version 1 and version 2. It's got all the same controls. You can add collectibles, etc. With the big difference in this one here is that it has no walls, or it has no gallery. It's basically just a big, as the name implies, funnily enough, an empty space. And one of the main purposes of this new showroom is we've had many requests from our fans, you guys basically, to have multiple collectibles in augmented reality. Now, some of you have been very smart and worked out that you can do that by dragging them outside the door of the existing showroom, and then when you go into AR, they're all available there for you. But this new empty space showroom just makes that significantly easier. You can drop as many collectibles as you want in there, within reason, of course. Position them all, scale them, rotate them, exactly what you're doing now. And then you can jump straight into AR mode, and now you'll be able to basically have all of your collectibles there, walk through them, do whatever you want. And also to make this AR feature even easier in the empty space, there is a new option when you are in AR mode, when you're using the empty space showroom, called Move All. And this will basically allow you to move all of the collectibles that you've got in the scene in one go. So you can scale them up and down, you can rotate them, you can move them, just to save you having to go through that painstaking process of moving each collectible one by one. And then lastly, across all of the showrooms, we've added in the undo redo feature. Again, just a little bit of quality of life upgrade. So you can experiment a little bit more without having to manually move those things back. So I think that's going to be a big improvement. So that's all coming up today. So keep an eye out for that. Now, next week or the following week, we will be rolling out one more update to the showroom, and this is all around how you move the collectibles inside the showrooms. Right now, you have to tap on the collectible, and then you get the 3 buttons down the side that allow you to move, rotate, or scale. We're actually doing away with all of those buttons, and we're changing everything basically just a finger drag. So you want to move a collectible somewhere around the floor, you can just tap on it and drag it. If you want to rotate it, you can just drag your finger off the selected collectible.
2,400 people.
Pinch to scale up and down. So I think that's we've implemented this because it's the current system is a little bit cumbersome, especially when you're on those tiny little devices. So really looking forward to getting that updated as well. So we'll keep you guys posted on what's happening there. But yeah, very excited to get this out, and excited to see what amazing creations can come out of it.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. Voltahog's going to go crazy on this one.
Oh yeah.
So question, because I've gotten this plenty of times on Twitter, but just to confirm, comics in showrooms is not part of showroom V2, correct?
No, it's not. That is still being worked on. There are a few technical issues that we need to work through. We have actually worked out, or the developers know how it's done. So it's just a matter of us finishing that up. But I know that people are very, very keen to get the comics in their showrooms. So we have bumped it up the priority. Actually, just at the beginning of this week, the project manager and I were saying, maybe we should get that one back up on the list.
Mm-hmm. Right on. Cool, and there will be an accompanying Medium article. I know you mentioned that, but just keep an eye
We'll be asking questions about Immutable.
Full scope of everything that's rolling out in this next update.
Perfect. Yeah, it's been a long time coming, this showroom, and it looks fantastic. And we can stop heckling Trevor about the lighting once it's in. But all right, that's perfect. Now, sometime last week, there were a few very lucky recipients of the Ron English Gold drop for having that set completed. Now, there were definitely some users.
I can dig a $1
shroom
shroom strip.
that, even though they had the set completed. Do you want to just give a bit of an update on that, Dan? Where are we at with that and what's happening?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the important thing to realize is that there was a cutoff date for those golden rabbits. It was a gift that we. Well, actually, I won't say it's a gift that we decided to do. It was a gift that Ron decided to do. Thanks, Ron.
Thanks, Ron. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, for everyone who got it, we really hope that you enjoyed the gift. And for those, there definitely are still some pending users. The devs have been working through the list just to work out who was missed out from the cutoff period. And we will have that all resolved by the end of next week. But please just keep in mind that if you don't get one, it's because we have a cutoff date. If you were buying a day before or an hour before completing the set, I'm sorry to say, don't expect that you'll get one, because we have to obviously, work out how many editions we want to do, and for that reason, that there was a cutoff date.
Yep. I think that's pretty reasonable.
So yeah, Immutable X is new. They'll have issues, but I think ours will be. Ours is moving along.
And just on that, I think it's always pertinent that we give a bit of a security update. Of course, everybody sees these bot images floating around and all that kind of stuff. But our new systems are absolutely smashing them, as far as I'm aware. Any updates on that front, Dan?
Yep. I mean, I'll just say what I basically always say, which is, we employ some of the best companies in the world to manage, for bot protection. But as I've always been very transparent about, bots are always a cat and mouse game. Bots do something new. We implement the updates, or our bot protection team will be like, this is where we think it's going, so they put some future protections in place. But if you see one or two bot images floating around, I mean, just bear in mind that one of them pops up like every couple of weeks, and then every couple of weeks, the community goes into a spin, and everyone thinks that we're just doing nothing, and we don't care. But we do care, because we have to spend quite a lot of money to get there. So it's something that we take very, very seriously on our side. And if you are a bot user and you get caught, then there are
the breeding Harley Quinn
notifications.
might come in like a couple of years. The first one will probably be the Labbits.
And I can tell you that they are.
The Labbits will probably be the first ones we'll be able to breed, but that we might not even get next year. But once they figure it out for one, they should figure it out for others.
So just anticipate every couple of weeks someone's going to throw up an image.
But be advised that even if we do get that, there's no guarantee that Harley Quinn is going to be one of those that we are able to breed.
We employ the best companies.
Same here, Ginferno. I have a comment for each one.
Developers, are always on the
Hi, Shooting Star.
For bots. And on the community side, if you do see something, or you find someone selling a bot, please report that to us, because then we can immediately, basically disable that entire bot. And if you are thinking about buying a bot, don't bother doing it, because it's probably not going to last long. So it'd be better for you just to spend that money in the marketplace.
Yeah, if it's not a scam, it's in the first place.
Yeah, if it's not a scam.
Yeah. So shout out to everybody who has been sending those images in. Yes, we see them. Yes, we care. Yes, I do see them on every tweet I ever tweet in the history of tweeting. But they are being reported. We are taking that very seriously.
My comments will look good too. I can't wait for that.
So continue to be diligent, and be careful out there. Don't buy a bot.
Yeah, I'd second that for sure. And it's not just the security systems that we put in place. Like, we've also changed the drop system and the drop model over the last few months to account for these things too, right? We went from first in, best dressed to randomized edition numbers. Obviously, we have a new drop model coming in as well that will help to cut down on these kind of nefarious activities too. We are really attacking this from all fronts to try and make this as fair and even as we can.
Come on, Immutable. Come on, MTL.
And I think on that note, Rick,
I don't even care about MTL.
I mean,
just care about
even
Immutable.
the US government is now, thinking to outlaw bots. It's a very widespread issue, and as more and more digital content comes in, or even whether that's like a Nike drop, a Nike sneaker drop online, all of these companies, from large to small, suffer from bots. So just if we can work with the community, we do what we can. You guys do what you can. It's just going to level the playing field for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, some of these protections and systems do have.
Zolad, I feel you. I had somebody message me asking about Recur, and I was like, if Gary Vee wasn't involved in Recur, how many people would care? I don't think Recur. Maybe they take second place, and maybe they make a lot of money.
The only other thing to add is that
but I don't.
Through support channel of people reporting.
I haven't bought any Recur things
suspected bots, where, for example, they might see someone in the marketplace.
They're still talking about bots. I haven't seen anything that I like with Recur yet. I like the licenses, I like Hello Kitty, I like Riptar, I like Real Monsters. I grew up on that. But if they're just going to be JPEGs, I'm just not going to buy them.
Might have scored one on the drop, and the rest they're brought off. The rest are purchased off the
Omi
marketplace.
is the way.
Or maybe they're all purchased off the marketplace. So, don't freak out if you see someone in there selling 10 or so. Feel free to submit it through to support so we can look into it. But I think sometimes just don't jump to the worst possible conclusion.
Yep, good advice there. I think that's very fair. And just on the side of support, if your issue isn't support, or something going wrong with the product or anything like that, probably direct them to us outside of the
Oh, we have 2,500 listeners
that way
right now.
Those guys can work through the tickets and help
So-
people's accounts get back online and activated. All of those things.
Maybe, maybe not.
Lucas paid you to say that, didn't he, Reese?
He definitely paid me. It was a request. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, we have some platform updates. Somebody took the liberty of tweeting something fun from the Economy page today. I think we have some IMX migration updates. Maybe?
Oh,
The liberty.
come on.
Who was that?
I don't know.
Yeah, man. Where are we at, guys? IMX. Everyone's excited. Let's get to it.
XOXO.
XO.
Yeah, exactly. XO. No, everything's going very well with IMX, and we are anticipating that we will have all of the reminting done on this side of Christmas, which is only a couple of weeks away now. So while it's a hashtag soon, it's a hashtag soon. So everything's going very well on that. The developers have got the final things ready for the reminting, which is going to be underway from next week. And like I say, we're anticipating that all of that reminting process is going to be in place by the before Christmas. So that'll be a nice little Christmas gift for everyone. And then after that is stage 3, which is basically where we do the token swap. Now, I made the call that we don't want to do that over Christmas or over New Year's.
Fudge.
Stage 3 is the most important part of this migration, and something that we need to approach very, very carefully. And I don't want anyone coming in with a New Year's Day hangover and trying to tackle any of this. So as soon as the team is back early January,
God damn it.
kicking that off. And between now and then, Reese, I believe you are going to be putting out or publishing a number of articles that you've done that explain in a little bit more granular detail exactly how the token swap process is going to work, and everything else around that. And of course, we will also be announcing more details as we get close to the time. So I'll be very, very excited to be going into 2022. We have the reminting done, have the token swap underway in January, and just keep in mind that you don't need to swap your tokens straight away. There will be information about how that Reese will put out about how your tokens can be swapped automatically. But if not, if you need to do a manual swap, then we will have our token swap web platform up for basically
just give me a minute
until everything is
I need a beer.
Yep, that's exactly right. I'll put out all those instructions and information in the next couple of
All
weeks.
right, so don't expect exchanges until late January.
This 1,001 times between now and then. Please only use our links. Do not, there's going to be...
Yeah, don't expect exchanges until late January, if not February.
I'll help you migrate your tokens, or this is the site, or any of those things. So
This
always,
coin is going to take a...
Be very conscious of the links you are opening.
Take a dump.
Only use
It might not.
stuff
It might not.
That we put out just to make sure you are in the right place. But
yeah, and I think to add to that, Reese, I mean, some people can be quite sneaky. Like, if you, for example, if you're doing the word Akomi and it's all in...
Oh, dude, anime would be huge.
Letters, the I might actually be a little...
Anime would be huge.
So, yeah, just to second what Reese said, just be very careful and make sure you're following only official links from our official channels.
Yep, perfect.
Yeah, Immutable X when we get it.
Very, very happy to be
It's all happening.
Okay, just the reminting. The reminting of these are going to be like, okay, well, the remints are confirmed on the Ethereum blockchain.
Is the MTL updates.
So,
We've been testing all of that in
there we
the
go.
live version, production
MTL.
version, and all of that. Do you want to just update people on where that is at, Dan?
Yep, that is correct. So we rolled that out into production, what was it, a week or two back now. And we are just working through with our beta testing group to just ensure everything goes well. Most of it has gone well so far. There's a few things that we do need to address before we open it up to the wider community. But other than that, it's going well. It's live. It's out there for users. So please just bear with us as we get through these last little steps Obviously, setting up a international payout system is fairly complicated, as you can appreciate. But we are making good progress now, and again, 2022 is going to be fantastic.
Guess I'm working for another month to add more to the OMI bag.
Maybe give everyone a refresher on the rollout.
And I get it. I'd rather they are taking the right approach.
That's correct.
And they're doing this.
But right now, it's internal and a few external users that we have selected. And then after that, we will roll it out to smaller groups, like 10, then 20, then 30, then 50. And then at that point, once we are feeling very confident about things, we will then start to open it up to much bigger groups, like 1,000, 2,000, 5,000. And then once we reach a critical mass, we will open it up to everybody.
Yeah, perfect.
So don't expect MTL until next year, like February, I'm guessing. And then again, I get they want. I'd rather them doing this the smart way. They are doing it. I'm just like, oof.
0.3. Is that where we're at now?
All right, hang on.
Well, actually, it's going to MCP version 1.0. I think we've got pretty much everything finalized now.
Okay.
Yeah, and again, a lot of fantastic feedback from the community. One shout out that I want to do is I believe the channel is called Orion Trader. Or
Orion Crypto Trader. I love him.
He does great breakdown videos, and I think I saw one pop up on my YouTube.
Shane Kelly's crying. Mark Arrow says he looks stressed about token swap. Okay, so phase 2 will be done in about 3 weeks, give or take. And then our NFTs will be minted on the Ethereum blockchain, which is very good. You want that. But then they're taking like a 2-week break, which they deserve. They do. I was just hoping we would be on. We'd be on exchanges by early January. Probably going to be late January, early February. So delay it another month. But
decided that for duplicate comics, for the common and uncommon rarities, these will be exempt from the duplicate point deductions. For the reason being, we did lower the point system down for common comics down to about, I think it was 0.25 points, and felt it was just a little bit unfair that you would get those points reduced further with the duplicates. So that's one of the updates. The second thing that I just wanted to clarify as well is that with the...
Oh no, dude, I get it. As a business owner, trust me when I say that you have to make sure that certain things are done or not done on certain dates, because people like to party. If you're a construction company, you own a construction company, there are certain days that your guys are just not working. So yes, I 100% believe that.
Drop tickets that you have submitted. So it's not just going to be one ticket for one item. If you choose to use your points to get 1,000 tickets and you win, then those 1,000 tickets will effectively be debited from your account. If you are unsuccessful, then your points will be returned to you. And I can't remember what we decided, Reese. Was it the full points or was it 90%?
Yeah, I think with OMI we changed it a little bit.
Yeah, I think we changed it.
Ginferno, now's a good time. Now's a good time to buy OMI. Your dad's getting in at a good time.
What else have we got here? Under the MCP Pro, we have added in a few additional features, like if you are part of the MCP program, which for those of you who don't know is just going to be a monthly paid program that will give you some extra advantages. And we have added 3 additional things in there. Number 1 is that under the MCP Pro, you will get a number of drop raffle tickets per month. We have added in renting collectibles, that will be rolling out sometime next year. And then we also have some really cool extended augmented reality features that are getting rolled out as well.
Renting collectibles.
They are also part of the OMI utility program, and we've now put them also.
So renting collectibles.
The MCP Pro. So a couple of.
Which ones are people going to want to rent out? Spider-Man or something not Spider-Man?
We might
I should get more Spider-Man.
Continue to add to that MCP Pro.
Commons are like a couple $100.
So keep an eye out next week. We'll be publishing that final version of the Master Collect program version 1. And we've already started on the, well, I actually should say continued on the development. On our side, obviously the plan has, the MCP has evolved quite a bit with all of the amazing community feedback we've had. So
I agree, Carlos. It's been a long time
to get that underway.
Yeah.
I know Panda lover.
I mean,
Panda
I'll
loves
second that,
piano.
the,
I know.
utility
Soon.
Program as well. Big thanks to everyone.
Oh, we can get more.
For the discussion.
We can get more.
It's obviously incredibly helpful for us to be able to
Peter
shape,
says C3PO.
shape these programs around your expectations as well as.
Thomas says Randy makes listening to AMA so much better. Well, thank you.
So, I mean, Dan and I have a few models to run through still for version 2.
I know it says your stream has become my favorite hangout spot on YouTube.
But,
So much more down to earth than what I'm used to. Ah, well, thank you. Tyler says retweet. Let's retweet him.
I guess we can just touch on a few light points, such as some additional tiers in the staking program. Also, the easier access to use OMI in the market. We're looking to maybe remove that access out of the tiers and just have it a bit more open.
Rock Chat will be on Voices of Veve next week with Wendy.
Looking into offering some kind of exclusive or collectible content. So if you're staking at a particular tier, you might have a better chance to get something like a secret rare or an ultra rare. There will be things like exclusive accessory packs, a whole bunch of things like this. So really, from our perspective, because Komi has to be very careful on what we do with the token. To offer some form of APY becomes quite a complicated thing for us, because we're a real business with one foot in the real world and one foot in the crypto world. However, what we are looking at doing now is offering, or at least having the greater chance to get some of these secret rare collectibles.
Yeah. I think that was some of the key feedback that we received too. People wanted that collectible incentive for different staking tiers, so we're definitely trying to integrate that. Also, a big thanks to everyone who submitted their suggestions for tier names. I think Obi Boglass is my current favorite.
That was mine.
Sent through to me, Reese. You at the top, as in why you at the top.
Yeah.
That's for you, Dave. You at the top.
We might run those over to a poll, but
yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it might be a good idea. We'll find out.
We never know.
But okay, next week as well. And do another round of feedback. So again, change your entire lives based on these working documents. They are exactly that, the work in progress. And another work in progress is the web platform. Any updates on that?
When platform?
The platform is coming along very well. I'm actually hoping to give some previews sometime in January. But I personally am very excited. Every time I've been working on the web platform or going through and reviewing it, and then I have to go back to my phone. I'm like, oh man, we need to get this out, just because it's significantly. I won't say easier to use, but anything on a desktop is just a little bit more comfortable, especially when it comes to the showrooms. No more having to drag your finger around this tiny screen. You can now position all of your collectibles with your mouse and all that kind of thing. So. What else can I update on that? That's pretty much it, really. I mean, it's just going through the paint by numbers, really, just building out the features.
All right, coin holding relatively steady.
Is maybe new to the community and not aware of the web platform up until this point. I mean, the first iteration really is just a mirror of.
Definitely going to be higher burns.
Pretty accurate.
Yeah, that is accurate. I mean, effectively, you are logging into one app, which is Veve, and
on the plus side, we will have another month to month and a half, maybe even 2 months of low prices, so more time to stack OMI.
Log in into whatever platform, and then obviously you're going to have everything you want at your fingertip.
Yeah, I'm sure people will be holding out for that. And we touched on this a little bit earlier, but not sure.
What's going on?
Previously, but did you want to dive into the plan there and how it's going to take place?
Yeah, I do actually. So we do have the and for those of you who are new, so right now we have the extremely exhilarating, heart palpitating, numerous strategies and gates for the current drop system. Now as the platform grows and we get significantly more users in at the drop time, we need to shift to a queue or what's referred to as a waiting room type drop model. Now, I know everyone who has all of the tips and tricks nailed down are probably not going to be too happy about this, but ultimately, moving forward, this is
Veve plus immutable X equals mintables.
It allows us to scale, far beyond where we're at now. However, we are still going to, make sure that...
Yeah, I would never trade Omi. I just buy and hold.
Fun and exciting experience. So the way it will basically work is 5 minutes before the drop is going to take place. You can go into the collectible or into the blind box screen, and you can tap the join wait button, and then you will be in the wait list. And then when the drop happens, there'll be a random selection of users chosen to purchase the collectibles. Now, obviously, there's things like the drop raffle. So as you participate in the drop raffle, that will give you a chance to be selected. So by default, when you hit the join waitlist button, you have effectively have one entry, in the waitlist. And if you choose to participate in the drop raffle, you are basically giving yourself more opportunity to get selected. So I think with these kind of two things, it's still going to be a cool experience. I'm not going to say it's going to be as crazy and it's as exciting as the current one. However, it is more fair. It allows the company to scale, and it's a far more efficient system. So that is probably going to roll out before the end of January. The development is well underway, and in the next couple of weeks, we'll be kicking off on the user interface. And again, Reese, I'm sure we'll be putting together an amazing article, and we'll keep you guys right up to date with what's going to happen there and how it's all going to work.
For sure. And I mean, Dan, you did just say the end of January, but can we just extend that to the end of March, and then if it gets delivered early, we're in the good books?
Well, the thing is, Reese, I didn't say what year.
Yeah.
You see, I've got smart now.
Yeah. Obviously, we try to deliver these things as quickly as we can, but if I've learned anything this year, it's that development takes way longer than we think it's going to. So it's just.
Well, I think the developers are pretty good. I think what it is, there's a lot of stuff that can tackle as a business. Whether dealing with the massive user growth or request from a particular licensor. So it's not like we're slow on the development. It's a very big and fast-moving company now, so there's a lot of things that are going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the other one on we've been talking about artist talent for the last 12 months. Turns out DC has never artist alley brand or anything like that. So just there's no confusion there. The artist alley release from DC that just happened is not
Part of our Artist Alley feature. Are we looking to rename that potentially? Or
Peter, how's it going?
Yeah, Artist Alley for us was always just a working title. I mean, really, with that program, we are looking to bring in artworks, as opposed to sort of the branded collectibles you get now or the comic books. This will be an entirely new category that will be rolling out. With one-of-ones or at least very, very limited. And they are, for the most part, will be auction-based. And we have quite a cool auction system, which we will release more information as we get a bit closer.
Awesome. Love that little tidbit just hanging there. But all right, well that's it of my list. Alex, I'm guessing we have a few questions.
Yes. Absolutely.
If you're expecting to cash out,
let's go
owe me this
ahead
year.
And I think we answered this directly on Twitter, but Tales from the Rizzo, one of our Voltron.
This is why you do not invest any money that you will need right away, or that you're just gonna. Don't invest money that you're not willing to lose.
And I believe
We have to wait.
kind of figured that out, right? There were some.
The moon will be huge. Like the rocket ship that we're gonna take is gonna be huge.
Collectibles
You have to wait.
that allowed or limited scaling rather that has been fixed and will be fixed moving forward. Correct?
Yep, 100%. We've identified who was doing that and told them you're a very naughty boy. You need to make sure
What's up, Dogepack?
you're not putting limits because everyone wants a giant Wonder
Stretch.
Woman. So I think all of the DC Artist Alley has been fixed, and I believe the other one was the Beacon mascot, which is due to go out in the next, I think early next week. That's going to be re-uploaded. You guys won't have to do anything on your side if you own it. If we do an update to the 3D asset, it will just automatically download when you go to browse it again. And I can't quite recall what else there was. Alex, do you remember off the top of your head?
I believe it was Storm.
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 Yeah, Storm as well. Yeah. So yeah, we found the issue now, so we'll be rolling those updates out.
Cool beans.
Cool. All right. Moody asks, can you stagger comic drops for us Aussies, please? 3 a.m. drops have been killing me. Now, I think I can, keep me honest here, Dan, but we have been discussing playing with some different drop times just to kind of make things a little more accessible across the board.
Different drop times.
Worldwide audience. Majority of those, majority of which
Please don't make me go live at 3 in the morning.
Pacific time zone and ahead. So if we get too late in the day, then all of Europe is in the middle of the night. So we're trying to figure out, and maybe if we kind of move it just an hour or two, if that's going to help our friends down under, as well as New Zealand. So we'll be experimenting with that soon, likely in the new year.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it is. We're kind of damned if we do, damned if we don't. We move the date too far one way, then we get people from another region, getting upset at us. And from our perspective, we absolutely aren't trying to ignore anyone down in the South Pacific. I mean, of course, that's where Dave and I are. And all of my friends every week give me hell about, damn, why is it always at 5 a.m.? You don't care about me. And I'm like, hey, you better be quiet, or I'm going to disable your Veve account. And it always works, every time. So yes, we are going to be playing. We are going to be playing around with those drop dates to make it a little bit more reasonable for people around the world.
All right. Change it up.
Right on.
I can adapt.
Okay. Veve, Omi my homie, asks a rough ballpark idea when the secure wallet will be back in stock.
Oh, secure wallet.
For the holidays?
Sounds like a question for David and you.
Okay. So we might put some stock on this morning.
That was a lot faster than what I said we were going to
What?
Hey,
Can you save me
just
one?
trying to please everyone. We'll put some stock on today for shipping for Christmas.
Cool.
All right. Solid.
Nice.
Okay. Next question. I actually have this from a few different people. The reminted NFTs on IMX.
Okay. Well, they went over that already.
With the original mint date.
You think AR will be bigger than VR?
Which is
To start, yes.
Before Christmas, rather.
Yes, it will be the latter. There were a number of complications around that, so we basically will be reminting them, and that will just be on chain. Obviously, if you look at the collectible inside the Veve app, all of the the dates that you purchased prior to the reminting will all still be there, but on chain, we opted just to move ahead with a remint.
Oh.
Great.
So the date that
Okay,
your NFTs are minted are going to be
more
moved.
Here, Tokes asked when front camera feature.
Interesting.
That is a great question, actually. I do not know, but I will have a look into it. I think. Oh no, that's right. I do know. We were waiting for the...
Yeah, Doge Pack, MTL, and Immutable X will be pushed back a little further, but we have Voltron this Saturday, so that's cool.
It's now called occlusion, and what this allows you to do is to be in front of one of these 3D assets.
I wonder why nobody's ever held a wand this way. Expelliarmus!
For those of you who don't
You
know,
know, instead of going,
when you drop a collectible in AR right now,
why not just do it this way? You just point it with your thumb. Expelliarmus! 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 That's what I would be doing.
Have now implemented this
I don't know.
occlusion
Maybe it's
feature,
easier this
which
way.
will
Yeah,
basically
definitely easier this way.
allow you to walk in front of it and sort of mask the collectible out behind you. And so we decided to wait till we get that place, because otherwise, you know, there's
Yeah, yeah, Voltron, right?
You know, if you, I mean, ultimately,
Yeah, everything's pushed back a little while.
You want to take a selfie with Batman, right? And Batman should be behind you. So once that feature, which is actually all developed, we just need to get to the UI side of things.
Cool. One might be for Mr. Daly. Stefan asks, will we ever see blind box series with 10K editions, which are all unique in their own way? Like Bored Apes, for example, each one in the blind box is completely different.
No!
I'm sure someone's hacking my email or my account. This is,
Not me, Dave.
I mean, how is it possible? I mean, that's a wild guess, but yes, we are working on something that
Really?
will be in this line, where it's 10,000 unique blind box. Every character's one of one. Yeah.
No
I mean,
way.
It's going to be fun.
Holy
And I
crap.
think just to clarify, Dave, I don't think they're all going to be completely unique, like say Bored Apes. There'll be variations.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah, but they're unique in a way where there's no two
Hey, Stella.
look-alike type of thing. In
I know,
the
I know.
movements or the arms.
I just hate working in the cold.
You know,
I'm gonna do
if
it.
you do
I'm gonna continue
10,000
doing it,
of one
and
character,
I will get more
you're
Omi.
going to have a bit of overlap.
Slow
that
but
looks
steady. Will
slightly,
happen.
But you know, when you look close, it won't be. And I mean, we continue to roll out new categories. I think.
So yeah, I get it. I'd much rather them be doing it the smart way and doing it safely, as opposed to them saying, okay, yeah, you know, let's do this, and then God forbid they mess up, and God forbid we have to wait X amount of months instead of X amount of weeks. If you were worried about not getting enough Omi, well, you have about another month and a half, 2 months. Look for exchanges early February, and yeah, so you have about a month and a half, 2 months in order to start stacking.
This will be very excited for all the car enthusiasts out there. This is the time for you to start saving up.
Also, Giovanni, February is Pokemon month. If we get on exchanges, they announce Pokemon the same month. Jesus. Say hello to 20 cents right away.
Add that to the agenda, kind of recapping some of the big announcements that we made recently.
That was exactly.
One including Jim Henson Company with the 35th anniversary of Labyrinth. Very excited for that, for all you 80s kids like me who are excited to get your hands on some Labyrinth collectibles. That will be coming soon. We also have, as David mentioned, Citron and DS, two French automobile manufacturers who will be debuting concept car NFTs on the platform. Very exciting.
Super exciting. In case anyone missed it, we announced earlier in the year that we also have General Motors. So there's kind of...
Why did you bring that up, Reese, all of a sudden? Random.
Time for car collectors.
No reason at all.
Their jets, I was told.
Oh, I guess we're getting GM cars soon.
Okay.
Putting it back out there.
Interesting.
All right. Well, hey, let's move to the stage. Let's just get a couple of these going before we move back to the Twitter questions. Again, community fam, we have a limited amount of time today, so I'm just going to try to blow through a couple of these heavy hitters. So with that said, let's get the two blue checks up for purposes of maybe getting some tough questions. What do you think, Dan Chavez?
Well, I love tough. I don't know if these are the toughest questions, but I think they're, I'm representing a lot of people who have, ask these questions all over social media.
All right, Dan.
And
Let's go.
I
Let's
want
go,
to
Dan.
thank my girlfriend for letting me do this because I had to basically bribe her with sushi to be able to be on this call for a long time. And for all the nice messages that I've got, I just want to promote what Alex said, opening up this whole call.
February is going to be legit.
Hey, if you want to criticize something, criticize ideas. Don't attack people. And
happy birthday, Tylo, in February.
It's all on
Carlos.
the same team, so let's
Dude,
kind of help each other,
fantastic.
learn from each other, improve as a community because everyone's working really hard and everyone's very invested.
Agreed, Giovanni. Probably one friendly American exchange in February, and then maybe Pokemon.
Who are listening on a Thursday night. So the first
Thank you,
thing is-
Dogepack.
One of the
Dogepack, I love you.
things that gets talked about a lot is the FA designation. So in terms of clarification, when in a collectible says FA, does this mean first appearance on Veve, or does it mean first appearance on Veve and any other possible digital form on competitive, NFT sites, etc.?
Yeah, Dave, you're probably the best man for that.
Yeah.
Good question. Good question.
We classify our collectible as the premium collectibles. So when we say first appearance on something, it's the first appearance of that collectible. We don't really pay too much attention at the moment what other project is happening. And I do understand there will be other companies out there that will be minting
Dogepack.
their licensed digital collectible. I don't think most of them out there do classify them as first appearance.
Doctor Strange.
So we all understand, the rarities, the first appearance, the con exclusive, all these things have came to my mind because I've been in the collectible business all my life.
DW, that's a fair assessment.
I put these in place for pretty much for the Veve fans to easily navigate, even the commons, uncommons, the secret rare, and the seasons, how we break them down. These are all, I won't say we trademark.
I forget what he mentioned was a Christmas gift.
Just a language that we use every day. When I speak to Dan, how many we're going to mint? Are these going to be the first edition or the first appearance? Are these the con exclusive? What makes them secret rare? We just want to make sure that the terms that we use, we do run past with Marvel, we do run past with Disney. They do know, they do see the screens that what we call them FA, they do understand them. So I guess it is relevant. Yes, they are the first, collectible of its type. And just to make it clear, we are still today the first one minted Marvel. DC understand that. The news, when they put it out, it was miscommunication through their media and PR team. The collectible that we have, the first mint of these characters in digital NFT format.
Dogepack says 250 by July.
David, I think that brings a lot of clarity to this because a lot of people designated enormous.
A quarter of that would be nice.
Tags, and in terms of how they're looking at it, in terms of investment,
62.5 cents.
What matters, and one versus the other, and how people disseminate. As you've been a collector forever, that people are constantly looking at like min
Josh
numbers,
sees phase 2.
tags in order to
Jose, yeah, exchanges will probably be February.
and scarcity,
Wow,
etc.
Jose was right.
So the other question I have is, so we talk a lot. One of the big complaints is when MTL, like we hear when.
Very good, Tyler. Yeah, they're very, very strategic.
Social media, Discord, everything. And Jeremiah and I,
Pigs flew by.
I think Taps is on
See what he
board,
did
and a
there.
lot of the community members have kind of pushed this up on Twitter as well. Is I know it's very hard to say X will be done by March of 2022, and like giving dates is really hard because there's so many variables. But there's also seems like a huge need for expectations being set. So is it possible? Again, I don't know what goes on behind the scenes, so there could be a reason why this makes no sense. But is it possible to have maybe a page on the website that has status bars for certain things without saying dates and just have percentages, and then you just move, 53% complete, etc. Is that possible? Is it smart? Can you give us a sense of potential solutions for setting expectations so that people feel like we're moving forward? And that kind of can eliminate some of the FUD and the and people worrying about, is this ship moving forward, even if a lot of us know the ship's moving forward, because the key is, if you trust the executive team, then you trust everything in a sense. So is that a possible solution?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest problem is we, rather than making our website looks pretty and all that, we put all our resource getting the work done. And I understand that our audience community like to be, what you're asking is to be even more transparent. Yeah, we definitely will be looking at that. We do put out a Medium article which updates everything monthly. So maybe that's something we can do in there a lot more better.
A lot more better.
Update the community. And I do have to say, we do look at and we do examine how many users out there and how much gem. There is a handful of users are sitting on, I call it gold mine of gems, but rest assured, 99%, if maybe 98% of users are sitting on less than like $100 worth of gems in their wallet, or a couple hundred. So the I guess in the community, as we all know, is that the one that makes the voice the loudest is the one that is frustrated because they want
$100 million
later. So yeah, we
$100 million sitting in the app right now.
I want to remind our community is that anything that can be done within the company's power, we are the most agile team you will see. We will move, we will prioritize tasks, but the problem is when it comes to third party and regulations, it's a lot more hurdle. And I do have to admit, maybe we've been, I won't say we've been misinformed, or maybe we didn't thought the problem was going to be as big as it is, or the issue or the task, the pressure point. But everything now, myself and Dan have come to realize is that when there's 95% done, that last 5% sometimes counts for 50% of that whole line of production. So we're just going to be a little bit more careful moving forward, and just ensuring that we set date, and then you are correct. We will need to be a bit more transparent, and we'll put more effort into that coming up. But I think apart from MTL, MC program, the utility program, these are the last few pressure points. And I think once it's done, especially in the coming up quarter now, we're ticking over, that will all be gone. And I'm sure our audience will be giving us other things next year. Yeah. So I just want to rest assure everyone that we are working all we can around the clock to get things sorted. Just give us a little bit more time, be a little bit more patient, and we'll get there together.
Honestly, if we're able to get MTL next month before we're on exchanges, I might cash out.
Number two is that I'll put my hand on my heart and apologize. I'm often too optimistic about getting a feature out, and I'm probably the source of some of the FUD where I expect that it's going to be out by this day, but then we either run into issues, or like David said, sometimes the last 5% can take 50% of the time, and it's always completely out of our control. We try to work.
Yeah, if we get MTL by next month, I'll keep my gems and I'll cash out, and I'll just buy more OMI.
And that will always be the priority.
Should be an extra 3 million OMI.
There's no point
great.
for MTL, there's no point for NCP, so we do need to make sure that we are, always making sure.
Conversations a year from now will probably be, what are we going to do with all this money? Tylo says, I get excited thinking about that. Yeah, it's going to be like real life Animal Crossing. Hey, what am I doing to my house this month? Dogepack says, I truly believe that OMI is going to do things that no one has seen before. Look at what Gala did and Sand, and we have 100 times better foundation. It's going to be amazing. And me too. I think so as well.
There, we need to ensure that everything is going to work correctly, all the retrospective point calculation.
Dude, the amount of Omi,
please
part of
don't
me
think that,
wants to,
David and I are running off.
wants like Omi to never go up, because then, if we burn how many hundreds of millions of Omi each month, or how many billions each month.
The cashing out function and the web function was actually never part of our roadmap. We actually never intended from day one, because we didn't even think about it that far down. So it did take us a bit of a curve, widen that we had to quickly get a team to start integrating these functions and to scale and to make this even a greater app than it is. And so I just want people to understand that the resource that we have, and we are scaling. I do get a lot of message. People say, well, you missed the scaling part. We don't advertise how many people work in the company and how many new additions we added. Doesn't mean we're not scaling, and we still the same size.
If we start burning like billions more each month because more people are coming on, the price goes down. God, we could burn. God, it'd be so much.
Well, we added 15 more members, and this guy's gonna do this and that.
I'll buy some more too at some point.
And to give less pressure point to our.
We won't be able to cash out to Omi, but I'll cash out to Gems, and then I don't care about taxes, because I won't have to pay those taxes because I'm cashing out in January. I won't have to pay those taxes until the year after.
And like I say, we do apologize if you failed. We have overpromised you and underdelivered. Our goal next year is to, less.
Not cash out my collection. Not cash out. I would cash out the gems that I have if we get MTL before we Omi's on exchanges.
I can just see the status bar memes now.
No, there's going to be a status bar called Win, and it's way better.
Linux, everything's delayed another month, give or take.
It's going to start at when and end at when.
We're all in the same boat, Peter.
All right, let's go move on to DeLargo. What's up?
Yeah, I won't cash out my collection. I just have 20,000 gems in there.
Nope.
Hey, can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, collection I'm not really going to sell.
In the work right now, and I listened to my name and I was like, oh my God. But yeah, basically, I don't have questions, guys. I like that I have the opportunity to speak, and I think I'm speaking really nervous right now. And I'm speaking on behalf of the Latin community, Mexican community, and I hope so that Spanish community. And well, I don't really know what to say, man. you remember that scene on Godfather that who's this guy that Luca Brasi goes to the Godfather and just like say thanks to the Godfather? I'm that guy right now. So
Awesome.
Yeah, I don't know what to say, but thank you guys.
Thanks, you.
I love David's attitude too. Shout out. What's up, Tyler?
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you, guys.
All right, Austin.
Hey guys, how's it going? Awesome. Couple of questions. I'll be really quickly. On the app, I don't know if it's been updated. It says 100,000 downloads on Android. I'm not sure how that works. Or when you update that, is it like a monthly thing?
We don't update that. That's just something that comes in automatically from Google.
Gotcha.
But I can tell you it's like 13 times off.
Oh,
I don't know why.
Yeah, when we moon,
I think sometime of these
we'll get a lot closer because we'll all have money. We'll be able to leave our jobs. It'll be great. I already left my job.
I realized
going back.
Some of the nation are seeing a different number than I'm here in New Zealand.
Oh, is that lad? How's it going?
I realized that yesterday because someone was showing me their screenshots on their app store.
Yeah, absolutely, Aldous. My collection will probably be in a museum in the Veve-verse.
correct. I'm in Canada.
Yeah, and it sounds right. We have around that many users in Canada alone. So
100,000 users in Canada alone.
Just on that note, if anyone hasn't rated the app in the app stores yet, and you would love to give us a 5-star review,
Rate the app 5 stars.
After this,
Yes, we are thirsty. actually.
My hip hurts. I might not be able to do this for much longer.
For those of you who actually, use it daily and love it, we would appreciate it. Consider it a holiday gift.
Yeah, and listen, genuinely, if you think we should get a 5, give us a 5. If you think we should get a 1, please don't press that 1.
Yeah, just come complain to me. It's easier.
I love him.
Austin, I brought
so
you actually submitted another question. So
yeah, so I was going to ask that question. If you could compare OMI's tokenomics to IMX tokenomics,
You'll leave it next year.
IMX, which is Immutable X, is that they're also a utility coin. So why doesn't OMI have a decentralized governance model? Thanks.
Well, I mean, I think one thing to understand is that we are extremely different businesses. IMX is a protocol they build their own games on. They're 100% in the crypto space, whereas with Veve, as I've mentioned a few times, we deal with some of the largest licensors in the world, and we have to have one foot in the real world and one foot in the crypto space. So because of that, there are, I won't say some restrictions, but if we were 100% a crypto company, it's probably unlikely that we would be able to land some of the brands that we do, because there is still a lot of trepidation out there.
Oh my God.
About, crypto, especially at these larger licensors. So, as with the app and everything else we do, I'm more than certain that things will evolve over time. And as crypto starts to become more widely accepted and more understood at these higher levels, it's likely that we will start to move in that direction. But we are under, some constraints when we look at the crypto model.
Right, that makes sense. And then for the minting of comics going to Immutable X, it's a little bit different than normal collectibles. How is that working? Because I know it's like randomized between all 5 variations. Because I think it matters for people.
Yeah, so the rarities, I believe, will be written, will be part of the metadata, along with, things like licensor, description, edition number. Outside of that, I don't think there's going to be too much difference.
All right. Oh, sorry, Austin. I accidentally cut you off.
Yep.
My bad. But thank you. All right. Shadow, if you have a question about anything other than...
Brad Matthews says, go to no exchanges early January, but at least I know how many weeks to dollar cost average now. Yes, we do.
Shadow, I'm messing with
Beat
you.
is APY compounded. Well, we won't get APY. Kyle says, I'm already stressed about how stressed I'm going to be when I see the stupid amount in my wallet. I can't wait.
My 2 favorite things on the OMI utility was that there's going to be a burn feature and then also a renting feature. A quick thing though that I
renting we get next year.
So like right now, because there are a lot of people that are like, man, I might burn some comic books, that type of thing. But we kind of get on the app, it shows like the total available, and unless you were there before the drop happened to see how many were reserved, some people, like new users, they don't know what the total amount that there is available aside from the reserve. But when people start burning their comic books, will we be able to get like a number to see the availability start to decrease without the reserves a part of it?
This is a good question, Shadow, because this also relates to the burning of the Captain America collectibles and then adding a line of metadata that shows total in circulation. Am I off base here, Dan?
No, you're exactly on point, Alex. So yeah, we will, when we do roll out the burn feature, we will add additional information to the screen, exactly like Alex said, that the original total circulation of this collectible was 30,000. X number have been burnt and X number are available. I mean, I think that's pretty standard information that we would need to add in when we add in the burn feature.
Yeah, and I might next year, if I get a little bit more time, Dan, I might publish a hack guide to Veve collectibles, and this hack guide we should actually even tell people. I mean, because the first few series of Batman of the collectible, the lower mint numbers were circulating out there, like number 16, 17. So people understand that because when we first released them, we didn't hold any back for the company, or the number were a lot lower until the publisher.
No, it'll be the same mint number. If you have number 41 or number 9007, it'll be the same mint number.
That will be quite fun, and it will explain to people. We'll probably bring them out in different volumes, and we'll tell them when was Captain America deleted and how many was taken off and why we did it. I think that could be a bit of fun, guy. So yeah, definitely on my list.
Not selling the rest of my Pokemon cards till January, though.
Thank you, guys. Hey, Shadow.
Thank you.
For those of you who don't know or aren't part of our Discord server, Shadow is part of the regular crew on the Discord drop live shows. They have a lot of, hour before and after the drop, I believe. They have tips and tricks and just general chat about Veve. So if you guys would ever like to jump in there, Shadow's a real one, and join it. Yeah, we do tips and tricks 30 minutes before the drop, and then we also
Get a Shadow.
do Granola games. So
I don't know who Shadow is.
The drop right before, right after, Granola will drop some games, and you can try to win some other collectibles.
Okay, so
yeah.
So what's your gut feeling for this weekend's drop with this Voltron?
Like the mid-size or what?
Yeah.
All right, so y'all got me speculating on the main stage. All right, so my speculation is Voltron. So I feel like it's a pretty big drop. So I'm thinking somewhere between either a small 10K run or between like a 25 to a 30K run. It's kind of what I'm wanting, but I mean,
You
hey,
think you have enough of a window there? Anywhere from
Dave,
5
we've worked out who's checking your email, Dave.
well, like a 10K small run, people get really lucky, or like a more generous like 30K ish run, So
God, I'm sure someone's hacked to my email again.
Dave, we better go back and revise the numbers quickly.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Shadow. Gammaverse.
Oh, baby, I'm back. What is up with my TV? Damn. I'm glad to get y'all blessed and highly favored. I know I am. I'm with the BB crew. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
No, but I just wanted to add, first and foremost, obviously, clap it up. Thank you guys for doing what you guys do.
Both good.
I know you guys hear that 1,000 times a day. Now, we were thinking in one of these 24-hour VB Twitter spaces, because 23 hours of VB just ain't enough. We got this exciting Voltron coming out, right? And I got to thinking, like, wait a minute, this could be an opportunity here. So what I wanted to ask, speaking of burning the Voltron, right? In the future, is it possible where, let's say you get, hypothetically, this is not here in VB yet, but let's say a Megazord, comes, or whatever comes, right? And you get all of the collectibles, and to get the ultimate collectible, right? The one that connects, you burn all of them or some form of fashion, right? Is that something that could be brought in the future?
Yeah. Moving into 2022, we are absolutely have got our eye on, more interactivity and features like you are mentioning. 2021 has just been about, getting our production line in place, and as you know, a lot of the OG collectibles from season 1 are, a lot more simple than, say, that were brought out in season 2 or season 3. So we absolutely want to continue to evolve the offering. And, that might include things like you mentioned, interactivity, or if you have, all 5 of something, then, it turns into something else. So yes, that basically is the TLDR.
All right. Hey, look, that sounds amazing, man. I got my mind running. And two, one more thing. I'm sorry. Now, you guys did mention about, I know this is kind of far-fetched, but you guys did mention about potentially, customizing cars later on down the road and all that. You don't have to say yay or nay, or too soon or whatever. But let's say if there's like the DeLorean, for example, right? We got that. Would you be able, even though that's kind of like a sci-fi car, could we potentially be able to customize like Batmobiles and things like that as well, or is it only for cars that are like in the real world?
So we will have customizations with the vehicles, and I won't say too much more just yet. However, where things are a little bit complicated is, intermixing IP. Like that can start to get quite tricky. So
tricky.
I can't say that, we can't promise that we would be able to do that. But along the same lines as your previous question with the, interactivity, customization of your collectibles is something that we want to focus on next year as well.
Sounds like a plan. Hey, keep doing what y'all do as always, and we're here to support all the time. Appreciate you.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, Gamers. All right, let's move it back to Twitter questions.
Burning the Voltron.
Relating with Chewy asks, what's going on with the accounts that have been disabled or restricted, like myself? I think
Good question. Good question.
Of restrictions that went through on some of our security measures. Can we speak to that a little bit and how support is involved?
Yeah, absolutely. So, like Reese mentioned before, we have very high-end bot protection services, and their job is to
reflective
look for
belts.
certain patterns or
the terrorists can't get me now
when a request comes through, and there are sometimes false positives will come up. Now we understand that can be very frustrating. So if you have been caught out as a false positive, we do apologize. What we're doing on our side is, we take the approach. It's better to restrict and then work with the person later on to get their account unrestricted, rather than potentially let through a whole lot of bots. So what we have been doing on our side is we have been building out our support team. I think correct me if I'm wrong, Dave, we've brought on another 3 or so staff over the past 3 weeks or so. With the whole idea is
you hear them, Randy? They don't care about me, really. They totally do. That's why I'm getting more.
If you do
Inferno's
accidentally get caught as a false positive and you submit a support request, then we want to be
Randy was many things in the past.
And we'll continue to build out our support as the as the user base grows. So apologies again if you did get caught up. Please,
with that belt
reach out to support if you haven't already, and they will undoubtedly remove those restrictions.
And related to that question, Ty Jansen asks, there's been complaints about non-payments on auctions.
I wear Old Spice deodorant.
Creation and
in case y'all wanted to know.
A system that puts on a hold on gems to be used in auctions until the item is won or you were outbid.
Yeah, now we've thought through this long and hard. Now the issue with putting a hold on gems is that means that everyone who is participating in that auction has to have all of those gems in their account, but only one person is going to win that auction. And then we get, the flip side of that is that we then get saying, I loaded up my wallet and, I didn't win and you guys are a scam. So it's, there's a lot of balancing on either side. However, what I will say is that once the web platform is out, it will be a little bit easier because everything will be done via credit card. Obviously, the MTL will be in place by then. But I think this is a good opportunity just to bring up again that, right now, you don't need to load your wallet up with gems, especially if you want to buy something from the marketplace. You can click that buy now button and you will be prompted at that point to load up your gems. Now, one caveat to that is that if you are going for floor prices, there will more than likely be 10 other people going for that floor price as well. So in the market, if you want to be more successful, you don't want to load up your gems prior just in case you can't get them out or you don't get the item you want.
Okay.
Maybe just scroll slightly.
Times and languages, even for East Asia.
Maybe 5 gems more. And you'll be more likely to secure that without.
Have you seen Ukraine meme responses to Russia on Twitter? No, tag me.
All right.
That you want people to buy more? I actually have 116 million now.
Kid Veve in the house. Hello, what's up?
Thank you for picking me.
People can do whatever they want. I am buying more though.
Do you guys?
Do you have a question?
Do you guys plan to make the app easier for kids to use?
I think it's pretty easy right now.
And what are the plans?
Well, technically, Veve is 13 plus, but
13.
we do have a lot of
Thanks, Linux.
A lot more kids brands coming out. And one of the other requests that we have from the community is, parents who want to pass their phone over to their children to say play with a Toki Doki or play with one of the collectibles in AR, that we can implement some form of restricted mode. So,
This is where I store my
Mama
laundry.
accidentally just sold your low mint number one Marvel comics in the market for $5. In terms of kids functionality in the app, not so much, because we do have an age restriction on the app. But there are other features around parental controls that we have been investigating.
I have a couple of ideas.
Okay.
Well, now's your chance.
Have it linked to the parent's account, and it can only have gems from the parent's account and cash out that way too.
That might work. That's not a bad idea, kid.
Great idea, yep.
So it's worth what, 650K? Give or take, maybe. Whatever the price of Omi is. Times it by 116 million.
We met Kid Veve at
So yeah, give or take.
and he's an OG.
Oh, wow.
He's a real one.
Wow, can I just say,
Background.
he knows how to use this app just fine.
Yeah.
More drops than me.
All right. Well, thank you, Kid Veve. Happy holidays, man.
You too. It's nice to talk to you all.
Yeah.
Well, at least he's polite.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. I had somebody else up here, but they dropped. What happened? Okay. Well, let me go. I think what do we got? Like 5-10 more minutes, Dan? What do you think?
Yep. 5-10 minutes, good by me.
Yeah, it's good that they're getting the kids.
Squeeze in another here.
It's important,
Uh,
I guess.
Is it coming up? All right. In the meantime, will there be an option to sort comics or collectibles in my collection by mint number?
Yes, there will. And going into next year, now that we are starting to get a lot more comics onto the platform, we'll be introducing other ways to browse, like, for example, by series. So let's say you have a lot of Spider-Man or a lot of Avengers, you will be able to tap on the Spider-Man icon or Avengers icon to see all of those.
Am I collecting military money every month? No, I haven't been in a long time. Although, technically, I do get like $110 each month because of tinnitus and anosmia, but that's it.
Hey, Alex, thanks for bringing me up, Reese.
Sally says, they're taking questions from a young collector. Yeah, I know, right?
And DC.
I wild with the data boys.
Question, but the question is, He-Man or G.I. Joe?
Is that Lex Friedman?
Oh, like in general, or
Yeah, in general. I'm just saying in general.
Interesting.
Man, I grew up with.
Kind of blows my mind that someone that young is involved. I expected kids to take over this at some point.
I mean,
Peter says, yep, not worried now.
yeah,
Peter says, boom.
Was definitely my first toy. I think G.I. Joe was my second.
Tylo's 20 is like, I thought I was young.
And my you guys won't believe this. Myself and Dan have a common friend in childhood. And Dan used to play a few doors up from my neighbor. And I got inherited his whole entire collection of G.I. Joe when he went to the high school.
Oh,
What?
Yeah. I still got them.
I know Hurtado's is like 12 hours left on those Recur pass things. Are you picking one up? No. Aldous Holiday like, I'm 50. I thought I was young.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Tylo's laughing.
Yeah, I like both, but G.I. Joe is my jam. And yeah, but Dan love He-Man. I love He-Man as well.
Yeah, I like both. I
Yeah,
grew
it's a
up.
tough question.
What was laughing?
It's not tough. It's complex. That's why I said that. But I'll go with I like He-Man because I used to rush.
Well, that kid is looking at Veve. I don't think that kid is really looking at investing in Omi. He might in the future. I don't know though.
Shield face and the mask. And
Big
I
hugs
want
to the young
Destro,
collectors.
And I want all of them.
Do you think David is Santa or what,
Hey Dave, who's the licensed author for G.I. Joe? Is that Star? Who's the licensed author for G.I. Joe?
It's Hasbro.
Okay. Right. Well, I was just going to say, hey, I mean, Veve Sam, if you want these, these licensed authors have a Twitter page,
Yeah, you should tell them. Mobilize.
Oh,
Mobilize.
I'm going over there.
They do listen and they do watch their social and they do approach us afterwards. But generally, it's like, could you get your fence off?
Yeah. They're like, okay, well, we'll do what you want. Just keep your fans at bay.
Yeah.
No problem. I got that covered. Thank you for everything, guys.
Thanks, Lenny.
All right, let's. I think we got time for one more. Ooh, let's see. Do we make it? How interesting on a scale of 1 to 10 do you want it? I see some personalities up in this.
Let's go for a Reese 12.
Oh.
I didn't forget Reese.
Say no more.
It says, hey Hasbro, when My Little Pony digital collectibles on the Veve app?
Pags. What's up, sir?
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Oh my God, it's Pags.
Dave, Lenny, what's up, everybody?
It's Mr. Pags. I know him.
Hey, Al, thank you for letting me in here.
Sounds like we got G.I. Joe, maybe. Crypto Boy says Millionaire Randy. Well, close.
With respect to, I have two concerns. One, obviously, is a little more of a question. The other one is just a recommendation. With respect to the auctions, I obviously, Dave, you brought a great point up with respect to the actual number of gems the actual average of each account has, and it's not as high as you think. You're right, like 98% people have only a few hundred or whatever, and a few, that, and I'm using that as a premise to this because when you go into an auction, obviously you don't know, you might need more gems later on. You have to buy them, and that gives you a little time limit to get them. But I think the fact that for a lot of people that come in, because I'm actually a product of a victim of it, where I'm actually in an auction, and there might be people that see me, maybe I'm a little more high profile, so people want to kind of ruin my situation and just go in there and just bid up and over ridiculous, unaffordable, gem amounts, and it's unfair to a lot of people. It's unfair to obviously everybody that's in the auction, more so the seller. But my point I'm getting to is more the fact of the actual recycling of the gems and the delaying of that it has.
Josh, see, you might be right. We might not get
because what happens
exchanges
is
till
all people
February.
that were involved in the auction, if these particular fake accounts or accounts that just don't really are not really in it. For
Yes,
serious,
phase 2 completed in a few weeks.
After waiting 3 days, other drops are happening. There's a lot of stuff that's going on, and a lot of those gems.
Music will probably get next year.
Already in their account. Sometimes they get spent while they're waiting an auction or waiting for it to end. So here we come to a point where, it's due day, and then there's still another day to go, and the seller's sitting there for 4 days waiting to get paid, and maybe because of either a false bid or.
Well, phase 2 has been like 2 months, so I think phase 3 might be 1 month. So you're right, it won't be as long.
That had legitimate buyers or people that really want to get the the particular item.
Yeah, phase 3 will probably take all of January.
They were without, and those gems now don't get recycled.
What boxes,
back
Linux?
into the system
What boxes?
again. The seller, has got an item that maybe they can't sell now.
Yeah, Pags has been talking for a while. Phase 3 is open-ended, but as soon as we're on phase 3, like that will there has to be a certain point. Like you can't just phase 3 we're on exchanges. We have to work towards that a little bit.
Pay from a full 24 hours. I would say, and I had made this recommendation when I was on one of Randy Chavez's stream, that I think if the auctions were like only 1 day, I think you'd have more auctions, and it would legitimize them because everybody knowing that you only have 1 day, it'll get everybody ready to go, and you're in, you're out, you're out.
All right. John Robert Yelland, never store your memory words on anything that could be hacked. Write them down 3 different times, put them in 3 different secure places. That's the best I can do. Josh says, what does open-ended mean? It just means that phase 3 will take forever, but the first part of phase 3 will be exchanges. But again, you're gonna have phase 3 is taking your OMI, going from the Go chain, and putting them onto an exchange or putting them onto the Veve app, and having them change over. And that will take a year for some people, but most people will do that. But to get on exchanges won't take that long.
The time that they were minted on the blockchain, so like a low.
Oh, those boxes. There's stuff in them. I don't know what they are.
Prior to a higher number mint.
We cannot be on exchanges before phase 3. We have to finish phase 2, and then during phase 3 we will get on exchanges.
Okay, so in other words, a 50.
Ethereum chain move needs to hurry up so I can move all my fingerprint code storage wallet. Yeah.
You're saying.
Well, it's to some degree. I mean, sometimes the collectibles get minted very fast. So there might be one that was minted at. There could be 10 that were minted at 502, but it might have been 502.01. But obviously, we don't go down that granular. But yes, that is ultimately how it works.
Okay. No, I meant like the number of the actual variant. Like the number of 501 is the number of the variant was minted before the number 502. Item.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah. They're all sequential. 100%.
Okay. And the other thing was I kind of was a little bit confused, not 100%, just with respect to actually going to immutable. Are all these mint numbers going to be the same mint numbers when they're on immutable X? Is it like the same match?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. 100. Oh yeah. You don't worry. You're not going to lose your low edition, and it's suddenly going to change to a high edition.
Okay.
Gosh, I think Dave and I would be hunted down and have horrible things.
No. The last thing, I appreciate that. The last thing was and this had to do with specifically Captain America and the collectible. It was for the actual those mints that were burnt. Were they burned in fact? Those numbers and what were they? If they were,
they haven't.
Yeah.
So what's happened now is that we moved them to a special wallet in the Veve company account, and then they will, because right now I think Immutable is just finalizing their burn process. So as soon as we're migrated and as soon as they've got that completed, then all of those collectibles will be burned, and that will be part of the same system that will roll out. That will allow you as a user to say burn half of your commons if you want to.
Right. Well, thank you, Pogs. Appreciate it.
And just to go back to what he was saying on the
I requested so long.
Auction.
Yeah. So we absolutely have been looking into that. In fact, I was chatting with the CTO probably a month or so back about what we need to do to reduce the auction down from 3 days to 1 day. So that is definitely something we're going to be looking at, and I'll see if we can get that bumped up the list. And secondly, the reason that we gave people 24 hours to win the auction is, it's actually a holdover from, way back.
Dido says, I think it's okay. Token swap can be done as well as when people choose to swap. We can be in phase 3 we can be in phase 3 all year, but the first part of phase 3 is getting on exchanges, and that again, one thing needs to happen for that, so that can just take a couple weeks or a month. Luckily, I was at work at 4 a.m. when the email came through telling me someone from Russia had logged on, got 2FA turned on now. Always have 2FA turned on.
Enough time to pay that. However, now that the auctions have become a lot more popular, what we've been discussing is reducing it down to 1 day. And then because you're basically there at the point of the auction's closing.
Wubba. Funny. Well, says, Randy, when are you going to start working at Hunkamania? I tried out for them 3 times when I was younger. Never got hired.
At the end of the auction, and then you're more than likely going to have a significantly shorter time to pay. I mean, it might even be down to
Ex-Idol's like, he talking.
30 minutes. Because ultimately you're there bidding at the time the auction is closed.
John Robert Yellen is laughing at Wes. Hang on, guys.
Hey, Reese. We got Uncle Jeremy there. I haven't spoken to him for a while. Let's bring him up for a couple of minutes.
Uncle Jeremy.
Poor Uncle Jeremy.
Yeah. I was going for a Harry Potter book, and somehow it went for a stupid price. So Uncle Jeremy explained to me why.
Yeah, he did just buy
Ask and you
that
shall receive.
crystal Pikachu, man.
What's going on, everybody? I'm glad to be here. Uncle Jeremy in the
Uncle
house.
Jeremy.
It's a road time.
What happened to this Harry Potter book I meant to get for 42 grand?
Wow.
That went for 470 grand.
Yeah, I was in an airplane on business travel, and the internet was out. I was wanting to watch the auction live, and I was incredibly enthusiastically greeted when I landed by Veve, a tremendous number of texts, including yours, David, saying, what just happened? So
I know.
that was amazing. Listen, the first edition, first print books are super undervalued. And frankly speaking, this is something that we had, I had talked about in another AMA. Something that you guys could always consider is doing second editions of various things, including things like published works and various things. I'm just throwing that out there. There's always a room for other editions.
Yeah, that was insane. Because we were swapping out, and I believe like a year back or a year or two back, Harrods department store had a copy for sale for around 300,000. Pretty good condition, signed. And Uncle Jeremy had one that's pretty much one of the mintest, the best. I call it Christmas morning new, right? And that's how I describe the best.
Beautiful quote, Drew.
And Jeremy, I think you have one that's worth more than $500,000 or more now.
Yeah, I think
of that.
I think so. And so last year, late in the year, I bought a first edition, first print. There was only 500 of the hardback books, and it was $193,000, and it broke a record for modern books. And just so that people know, today, a version that I would consider a 9 out of 10, mine's a 10 out of 10, sold for $471,000. So it was definitely a moment of great pleasure to see that happening. I agree with you. But listen, I don't make those types of investments for a quick in and out. Like, I'm in this for 10 plus years, as I am with Veve. I'm long.
Yeah.
This.
And keep in mind that 300 of the 500 copies, they were given to the libraries, right? So they can read through. They probably have stamp mark or tears and foldings, and so 200 copies, that's mint, that went to private hands. And I will say the publisher will keep a handful, and the author will have a couple handful of them. So circulating, man, that must be super scarce.
I'm excited, and I know that. So now I have a mission, which is to work with you to figure out how to get one in your hands, because I know what kind of collection you have.
Yeah. But after that, my book dealer rang me up, and I bought some James Bond from Ian Fleming first edition. Books. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, I collect everything that's collectible. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, listen, I was just checking in to listen. Obviously,
Sean Robert Yellens is My Little Pony, skinny and bony.
What's going on with Veve and all of the ancillary currency. And
Josh C says reset. Maybe it's possible, but I'm not holding my breath. I'm going to say February for right now.
Listening and one of the community, and much appreciation.
Wubba. Yes, second editions would be great.
I hope you have a great holiday.
He mentioned that on the stream with Wendy when I was there.
Thanks, Jeremy. Take care, Jeremy.
Aldous says Chauncey is a god amongst men. Nice quote.
David, anything
Thank
else
you.
you want to add?
No. I just want to thank everyone. We're coming towards an end. Wishing everyone a great holiday season. And we do have a freaking probably will be bumpy, 12 days of Christmas drops coming, I think. Line up, and I'll let Alex inform you all once it's all ready.
Yeah, absolutely. So 12 Days of Veve starts on Monday, the 13th. 12 days of giveaways. It'll be like an instant win.
All right, they're doing giveaways on Discord. Captain Sugar Rush, thank you very much for streaming. This is fun listening with you. Thank you. Thanks for listening. John Robert Yellen says, good point.
And a couple of physical TODs, I hear, right, David?
Yeah, we've managed to score a handful of TODs, the physical statue, so they'll be part of the giveaway.
Oh, wow. They're giving away physical TODs.
All right, perfect. And then we'll have some collectibles that we can't announce that will be part of the giveaway because we have not announced those drops publicly, but we do have some holiday themed giveaways or drops and giveaways coming.
Dima says 4:30 a.m. in Dubai. Listening to this now. Was hoping for better news, but will take what they're served. Agreed. Patience is a virtue.
Stay tuned for that. And thank you all for joining. If we didn't get to your question or two to get you up on stage, I'm sorry. We had a little more limited time today. We usually kind of try to
retracting my request there.
But we will continue to do these every other week. We may try to squeeze one in before the holidays, though don't keep me to that because, it's the holidays. Enjoy your lives and your families.
No. Well, not.
And hit us on Twitter if you need anything or if you have
All right, so that was the end of that. My phone needs a break. It's going up there. Brace yourself for some Spidey Secret Rare FUD. Why, Pongo? Why is there going to be Spidey Secret Rare FUD? I hope there is. If Spidey goes down to 10K, might get another one. I don't know. Well, Boba says, oh, my physical TODs. Yeah, physical TODs would be a great giveaway. Joseph says, I thought we got Transformers. We got Voltron, not Transformers. And, Voltron is very good. We got Voltron on Saturday. Can't wait for tomorrow's podcasts. I have one that I'm supposed to be doing tonight. It's supposed to be with the founder of the Unicorn NFTs. It's supposed to be with Uni Turt. And Uni Turt is the co-founder of Unicorns NFT. And I was supposed to have him on. He hasn't gotten back to me. He's obviously very busy. Crystal says, meow, meow. Lynn X says, damn, that felt so quick. That was very quick for an AMA. Usually they're 2.5 hours. That one was like an hour, and when they start at 6. So it's that one was still hour 45. It was still a long time. Pongo says the mint dates. AMC Spidey may be considered the first Spidey. That is true. Even though they have the day that we bought, I think that FUD will be washed away by saying, okay, well, we bought this Spidey in August, whereas that other AMC Spidey wasn't made until November or December, whatever day that was. So I think that will prove that we had it first. So I don't really see too much FUD with that. What we got? Bird the Jerk says, I missed it. What was the latest by Immutable X? Immutable X, the Phase 2 will be done this year. Phase 3 will not be started on until early to mid-January. So do not expect exchanges until February, like mid-February. So we got about a month and a half to 2 months of where we're stacking our bag. So do not fret if you're like, oh, please let Omi stay. Omi will stay down here most likely for another month or two, a month and a half to 2 months, because we probably won't get exchanges probably until February. So we have a longer time to be able to go and say, okay, this is good. We can work more, and we can go and get that bread. Crystal Stroud says, is that your notes for videos over your left shoulder taped to a box? No, that is... Oh, you mean these. That is... Actually, yes, it is a note for one of my videos that I did a while ago. But yeah, it is. Good eye. Slava says, Spidey's FUD if commons are minted before secret rares. Well, whatever makes the price go down, I'll completely... I'll go and buy more if the prices go down a lot. So when you're a long-term collector, when you're a long-term hodler, FUD is your best friend. Make the price go down, you buy the dip. That's what happens. Like I said, by tomorrow, I will have 116.1 million Omi. It is a lot. Again, nowadays, I cannot go and buy millions at a time. It's got to be like 100,000 at a time. Because again, that's still like $600-700. So it's very hard to do when you are... it's very hard to do when you are very limited income right now. What we got here? Yeah, Aldous Havley says, thanks, Randy and all. Big hugs. Big hugs, Aldous. Big hugs, brother. Lynn X says, check that meme. Oh, yeah, Lynn X sent me a meme. See what the meme is. Oh, I got a email. People be... All right. That was a great meme. Living next to Russia. Oh, that was good. I gotta save that. All right. Meme is saved. Meme is saved. Thank you, Linux. Now, what else we got here? Mr. Locknet says, hi, Wendy. What's going on? Bertha Jerk says, same old-ish. LOL, yeah, I need to make my bag bigger. We need to make our bags bigger. That's what we heard. Slava says, disappointed that MTL is not happening, and they are joking around about it. Sounds like January, maybe. Well, I mean, it's still definitely happening. They did give us a firm date, or firm dates, an area, on when Phase 2 will be done. They said this year, so I'm expecting this year. That being said, yeah, I would not expect exchanges until February, but we'll see. We got X-Idol saying, I had a great question for them too. I'll save for next AMA. Yeah, they didn't take a lot. I really hate the fact that they... now, I get it. The updates that they gave, cool, but I feel like if they were just be like, all right, guys, questions, we'll bang them out quick. And we can get off like 100 questions by the time... So I really think that would be better. Or we can get like a representative, be like, okay, let's get like Taps or Jeremy Potter or me or Dan Schawbell, just be like, hey, here's a list of questions that the community voted on. They're all good, because you guys had some good questions as well. And now I get it. They're so limited amount of time, and they have to make sure they get certain things out and updated before they take questions, so I get it. But yeah, like, again, this is another reason why the company will be so successful. There's so many people. They had 2,500 people listening at one point. It's really good. So we'll probably break that next time. They said they might want to do another one before the holiday, but then they said don't hold me to that. So that might be the last one we have for the end of the year. It's going to be a long time. A very long time. Let me get here. MW says, AMC Spidey is not considered the first. Not even Marvel sees it that way. It's a good point. Pongo says, congrats. I'm still trying to get to 5 million Omi. I hope you can get it. Dylan Acevedo says, hey there, Real Randy Chavez. Did you hear about that they will be reminting collectibles with the new dates on the blockchain? So that means that if the AMC Spider-Man NFT released first, then technically that'll be the first Spider-Man NFT. Yes and no. Again, we still have the dates that we're going to be that we bought those NFTs, and if you see the dates that say, oh, hey, guess what? We bought this in August of 2021, and the other ones for AMC weren't even minted until November. Well, I guess that ours were first. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's. I don't really see too much FUD with that. Emily Watts says Vasktech. I don't know what that means. John M says LOL. Slava says Immutable X this side of Christmas, or probably later, or probably January later. Well, they did say this side of Christmas. Then Slava also says that Christmas is 7 January in Russia. I wonder why they have that. Either way, like I think what they do want is they probably know that they're going to have it done before Christmas, and they probably know that they need to give their team a break, because if they don't, then this team's been working hard for years now. They definitely deserve a break. Working hard all year. They need to blow off some steam. They need, whether you're young and single and you need to go be young and single for a week or two, get that Rumspringa going, or if you got a family and you just want to spend some family time. So I definitely do not blame them for giving their guys a week or two off to, they're very stressed. So I definitely don't blame them for that. Woba says community votes on questions is a good idea. I think that's a good idea also. Don M says 2,500, not including live streams on YouTube. Yeah, that's another good point. There were at least 60, 70, sometimes 80 people listening to me while the live stream was going on. So that's a very good point. There's probably other people that were live streaming this as well. For people that just don't have Twitter and they just wanted to hear it. So good for them. And we got Dylan Acevedo says, thank you. No problem, no problem. Ahmedi Nejat says, don't you feel they over-delay on everything? So here's the other thing. Like, yes, but, or no, well, no, but yeah. I come from a world where we were investing in Tesla. And Tesla never met deadlines. Like, never. Like, they would miss deadlines 80+% of the time. So I come from a place where that's normal. Where tech, you're used to them. They say, oh, when they came out earlier this year and said we're going to release the Veveverse in December, I did not even make a video on it. I did not go live to make a video on it. I saw Dan Lee going live on it, and I was just like, that's not going to be good. Saying that it's going to be in December. I knew it wasn't. And then they said that they say like March or April of next year, whatever they say. I know it's not going to happen until second half of next year, maybe. And if we do get it, it's not going to be a full-fledged Veve. So I know these things going in because I've covered tech companies. I've invested in tech companies before. So when they say, hey, yeah, Immutable X, coming in September, it's like, all right, I'm going to say October, November, and then I say, okay, December, okay, early January, and now it's like, okay, yeah, I'm feeling it. I am. So I know that I'm feeling it. I know that people that never invested in a tech company before are definitely feeling it. It's like Captain America, where he's talking to Black Widow and Clint Barton is like, hey, the air is getting thin up here, even for me. So even for me, coming from a tech background or investing tech background, that the delays are getting a little much, even for me. I know that they've got to be affecting you guys really, really badly. I understand that. We've been told and we've expected at a certain date or dates. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna sell now? Are you gonna sell your OMI now? I mean, it's clearly been done before, and again, you probably have a month and a half. So if if I really wanted to take all the OMI, sell it, and I let's say just put in Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin goes from like 47,000 to 57,000. I increase it like 20%, let's say. Okay, well, good. Then I would get like 130 something million OMI, and after I sold that and bought OMI with it. So, do I want to do it? I'm definitely not doing that now because I'd have to sell at a profit that I'd get taxed, that I have to pay in April, which again, I'm going to extend. I'm going to file an extension. I won't have to pay till October. Because, again, if we're not going to get on exchanges in February, we're probably not going to get to 20 cents, even 10 cents by the time I have to pay taxes. So I'm not going to pay taxes in April. I will pay them in October. But I'm just letting you guys know what I'm doing. Obviously not financial advice. But that being said, all this hype, all this pressure, it's like all of this pressure. It's like when you're with it's a bad thing. Shaking up that bottle. You shake up that bottle for so long, something's got to give. It's about to burst. And then as soon as it does, waterfall. It just, so yeah, that's going to happen. We got Monarch says comics on Immutable X. That'll be pretty great. Josh Cohen says, what's happening? What's going on, Josh? How you doing, fam? Joe M says, Voltron equals Dreamworks, so eventually Shrek and Donkey is coming. Yes, that is something I'm very excited about as well. Slava says, I'm Veve's biggest fan, encouraging everyone to be patient, but after 7 months of work, not being able to cash out, I'll probably need to find work to pay rent. Well, how I am buying certain things right now, well, it's not because I'm like that. Yes, my throat was hurting me this morning. There's another reason why I missed the stream this morning. They're just. I'll let you guys. Well, again, when it's over, I'll let you all know. But yeah, I'm not just sitting on my butt anymore. Brian K says, how much OMI do you want for your collection, Randy Chavez? I have a bunch of OMI. All right, we talking. I don't know what my floor is right now for everything, and I'm certainly not going to sell everything. Like my secret rare Spidey, probably going to keep. But if you want, we'll talk. Name which stuff I have. All right, let's see what we got here. Veve is for some reason not. Well, maybe Veve might be delayed. here because we're gonna have they're gonna showroom 2.0. There's gonna be an update later on tonight. But I don't know. I would need a lot. I don't know. Honestly, most of the stuff that I bought, I already sold. The only thing I have is gems. Again, I have Series 2 of Harley Quinn. I don't know if I want to sell that. I don't even know if you'd want that. But I have 224 collectibles. I have 30 completed sets. So, message me, Ryan K. Super Duper Hank says, I'm very disappointed. On some people get a chance to ask a question, but get nervous and pretty much waste time. I actually got really mad when that guy came up on behalf of the Latinos, and I'm Peruvian. Yeah, I'm Peruvian also. And, like, I understand. It's like, all right, it's the first time here. They're in front of a couple thousand people. Yeah, I'm probably nervous. So I get it. But, yeah, I mean, that's how you get good. I mean, I would obviously try to go in spaces where there's like 50, 60 people before you go in a space like this. But I've just been so far removed from, because I'm so comfortable, you know, on camera or on space or whatever. That's like, it's like my playground. That's like my play zone. Like, hey guys, how's it going? You know, but yeah, you know, they got to learn at some point somehow. Rena Kruger says, hi Randy, did you get a Recur pass? I did not. All right, 30-minute Patreon member shout out. I don't even know where my Patreon members are right now. Up here to, you know, charge everything. I can only charge one thing at a time, so it's but no, the Recur pass is something that I would that I am not. Man, I gotta. What time is it? I gotta go. So I have another stream in an hour. Like, it's on my channel that supposedly I'm gonna have to do. So I might have to go in a bit. But I'll get through these. Now, Recur, I'm not excited about it until I see really good NFTs, not just pictures and JPEGs. I'm not really going to be interested. Boba Wubba says, I was surprised when they put Veveverse date on a website. They were overpromising my target for MTL, Immutable X, Veveverse always 2022. Yep. Monarch NFT says, what will happen with collectibles bought by bots? Will they be burned? I don't know. We cannot get a question in edgewise. Maybe at some point they'll do something for OGs, and we can go there. Joam says, Voltron should have been 5 separate lions and owning the whole set forms of... Yeah, dude, I would have loved that. That would have been insane. Slava says, I think the bot accounts keep collectibles but not sell them. Bot accounts get locked so they can only look at their collectibles. Oh, that's good. That makes sense. Ahmedi Najaz says, 100% with you, but I do not even believe we'll see any new exchanges in January. That's why I keep saying February. You know, if I get it in January, surprised. John M says, I'm pretty pumped for Showroom 2.0. I can't even fit all the Disney collectibles in my showroom without crashing. Whoa, good for you, John M. You got to have like over 1,000 or something like that. Jake Frolik says, not used to this angle on live streams. Yeah, me neither. But it's near a charger. So, Senior Lead JB says, I'm pretty sure you have to pay your due taxes when you file the tax extension. Lets you finalize a return, but you still have to pay up front. No, like the taxes that you have to pay in April, you have to pay in October, but you don't have to pay them until October. And in which case, I could also set up a payment plan. Again, by that point, I just sell some Omi and it'll be fine. But if I wanted to, I could just set up a payment plan. Be like, all right, pay a little here, pay a little, you know, pay a portion every quarter. So instead of paying 100,000 all at once, you know, or however much I have to pay, I could just pay 25 or 30 grand each quarter until that next year, and then we'll, you know, see where it goes from there. Pongo says, I grabbed 2 Recur passes, no idea what to expect, straight up gambling. I mean, people that get Recur passes, it's very possible that you really, really multiply your money. I think Recur has the potential to be number 2 in this space, just because of some of the licenses they have. Bert the Jerk says, at Ryan K, I have some stuff for you for Omi. Randy will escrow. Yeah, I'll do whatever. Message me on Twitter, and we'll work out deals. Josh E says, dude, exactly. What am I gonna do? Sell now? I'm way past the point of no return. All I can do is bitch about it. Same. Monarch says they should burn them. Justice for real buyers, holders. Bots probably have the majority of commons. It will bring more value when we can see that they're not in circulation. that's something I wanted to ask. I wanted to go and say, hey guys, are we going to be able to see when people burn things? Are we going to be able to see that? Are we going to be able to see the final count? So I hope we would. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Recur or Calisco, Recur is the king of all. I love you guys. I gotta bounce. I am going to be going live in like another hour with the guy from Unicorn NFTs. It'll just be a podcast. So I've streamed for 3.5 hours right now. In another hour, I'll stream for another. I hate my life. I love you guys. Thank you for all the super chats. Y'all mean the world. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashy. Dashy's over there. And actually, I'm gonna move y'all. Yeah, to right her. And we're gonna do this the proper way. Don't let them in, don't let them see. Be the good girl you always have to be. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know. Well, now they know. Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go. Oh, Pongo, thank you for that $2 super chat. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashy. Bye-bye. I mean, I'll stay until y'all are, until I'm done here. Everyone check out Star Helix, Wendy Stibalis, and Kyle Willson on YouTube. Also check out at EQ_crypto, at Not Star Helix, and at Hey David Don. I'm also going to, I have this like new thing. Ow, my body. My other body. I'm going to go and finally on my YouTube channel. Oh, I already gave myself a like. Thank you for that. Excuse me. Okay, that's it. All right, goodbye, guys. I love you. Oh, wow. 10% payout fee addressed. Right, if they were not. They probably won't for... Maybe they'll say that for next one. Peace, guys. Wow.